We're from Utah.
All
Good
right.
old Utah.
Yay, I
So
like these earrings. I like heart
cute.
shape. So I'm wearing this dress today. I've been looking forward to wear this dress, and so I may be a little bit strong for it, but I'm excited about the dress. I'm going
Yes,
to stand up and show
it's
you right
so
now, and
cute.
then I'll finish doing my makeup. The lighting is so
Hi,
bright right
hi
now.
Brooklyn and Ohio. Hi Samantha. Love you.
Is Sammy
North
here?
Ogden. I grew up in
North.
Riverdale, so welcome. People still watch
Let
soap
me show you.
operas. Probably.
So this is
Love the art. Thank you.
this cute dress that I got in Vegas.
Yay.
Yay, right?
So
How fun is
cute.
that?
So glad it worked. So fun. Used to live in Salt Lake. Wow. Love your
I love it.
dress. Love
Thank
your
you,
dress.
Mexel. Thank you,
Oh,
Aaron.
thank
Thank
you.
you for those roses.
Thank
I know I may end up
you.
putting on a sweater. I'm feeling a little strong for strapless, but I really, really love the spaghetti straps.
Dr.
This
Queen
is
said she
such
likes
a
it.
really thank
So
you.
pretty from Justin. Beautiful. Gosh,
Wow, thank
everyone.
you.
See? So I said,
Okay, look,
own it. If you want to wear strapless or
if you want to be
spaghetti
strong,
strap,
then be strong.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna finish my makeup, so I've done a little bit of it already, and
Very summery.
then we'll just jump right into it. I do put a
Hi,
little bit
Mary
of
Terry.
lip plumper. I always use not always,
Thank
but I
you,
usually put on lip
everyone.
plumper
Hola.
while I do my makeup, just to kind of give my lips nice and full and tingly, and it feels great. So I'll be taking this off and putting something on in just a few minutes. Also, we need to be watching for the sign that YouTube is ready to start up. We have YouTube working, guys. I'm sorry, last week we didn't have any sound on YouTube. We had some technical problems, so we're resolving that right
Thank you,
now,
Becker
and
Monster.
we should have that up and going right away. Well, what
Thank
is
you for
that?
the fireflies.
Fireflies? I have
Those
not
are
seen the
cute.
firefly. Thank you.
Well, Russ,
Okay.
real best friend. You're not really a real best friend if you talk like that.
Is there some
Bye.
eight? Moderators, thank you for being here. Guys, listen, thanks for coming and watching this. My name is Allyssa. This is my wife, Andrea. We've been married for 26 years. We get on here a couple times a week and just talk about trans stuff. I usually transition from Kevin to Alyssa, and we just talk about issues that are going on and what this life looks like and what it feels like.
Cute
I quit my
dress.
corporate America job about 4 or 5 months ago, and so now I'm just trying to figure out what this Alyssa thing is all about and what kind of what portion of my life this is gonna take over. Mm.
Oh, hold on. I can't read that fast.
Look at this one. YouTube's going ready for you. No need to start. Okay, good. YouTube's going.
Thank
Cool,
you.
Golden. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much for getting
YouTube.
that going. Honestly, you are
Thank
absolutely the
you.
best. All of this is because of you. So thank you. So, guys, please,
Oh,
please ask your
I
questions.
got
Be
you.
here. Be respectful. And I want to answer the tough questions. But if you ask the tough questions, please stay here
I gotta
and
make.
let's have some correspondence. In fact, tonight we're gonna do something
I
a little
gotta
bit different.
make someone a mod
Oh yeah,
while
make them a
we
mod.
there.
So we're gonna make somebody a mod. So my phone's gonna be funny for a second. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
But anyway, what we're gonna do tonight after we get all ready is we're gonna go live with some people. Some of you, I hope.
Got you, Karen.
And we're just gonna have some discussion. You don't have to agree with me at all, but you do have to be respectful in order to stay on. But let's have some communication. I'll bring up some points that are passionate to me, and let's just discuss them like everybody should be discussing issues, looking for solutions. So we're gonna go live with any of you who want to go live, as long as it's respectful, and let's talk about some stuff that's important. I'm gonna do a little bit more contour. All I've done so far is just one little bit. I want to still go around the edges of my face
Hi,
and
KJ
my nose
Duff.
too.
Welcome. I'll tell you a little bit about us while Alyssa finishes her makeup. We've been married for 26 years, going strong. Alyssa's come out publicly the last, 4 months?
Well,
Like
on
on
social
TikTok.
media, yeah, on social media. But really, we've been out to the family, everybody for about, I don't know, maybe 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut off the side of my cheek right here with a little bit of contour, and then I'm gonna try to brush it back off, and that way it'll be a lot less noticeable, any kind of straight lines.
Where did we get your dress from? Either TJ Maxx, I think TJ Maxx in Las Vegas, and it was their sundresses just come out. So go look right now.
Yes.
Love that makeup palette. Thank you, Sassy RN.
Yes, thank you.
2003.
Thank you for being here.
And thank you,
So many
Amy
good things
Marie.
going on right now. I'm going to try to just kind of erase this, what I just put on there. I'm going to blend it up and blend it in so that you can't really see the line. It's just going to look like a shadow in just a second.
Oh, we have a user that said, should I ask a girl for her number without knowing she's into girls? Please help.
Wow, I don't,
That's a hard one.
yeah.
We've been married 26 years and I got married, I was 19. You're what, 22, 23?
I surely don't see the harm in asking, hey, I would be interested in your number. Would you have any interest in giving me your number? I think that would be appropriate to say.
You.
And you may have to, actually divulge what your intentions are with that person, which is also another healthy way to start a relationship. So, I think it would probably be pretty fair for you to say, hey,
Sandra,
I'm interested in
thank
getting to know you better. What if would you be comfortable exchanging numbers and pursuing that? If the answer is no, I would probably accept that. If the answer is yes, I would go for it because you're brave and you're strong.
Hi everyone on YouTube. Oh, hold
YouTube
on.
is
I
here.
don't know how to scroll down on YouTube. Dang it, somebody's. Is there?
I'm just gonna.
A
Oh,
mouse
this was
right
so
here.
dark on my nose. I didn't mean to.
Will this scroll down from that other screen?
Maybe.
Nope. No, on YouTube.
Oh,
No. Okay. It's not YouTube. My bad.
I'm gonna just highlight my nose right here on the sides of my nose with this kind of angle brush. It's kind of tapered in, so it kind of gets in here. And I also want to get up into my eye sockets just a little bit, so that it blends more naturally up into the socket and creates a kind of a more solid structure, like light would be reflecting across the whole structure.
Thank you, Sandra Thornton. That was
Okay, so I put this on, and I put way too much dark on. I put way too much of this darker on than I should have. I like to mix these two colors right here, and I went a little bit dark here, so I'm gonna have to wear some of it off with this brush right here. So
thank you, Karen.
do you
Sorry, I
see?
didn't. Somebody asked. That said that we're not answering questions, but
This said what?
we're not answering questions, and it's just they come in super fast. So if we don't, then please ask again. Oh, thank you, Mandy. She loves your dress.
Really?
She approved it earlier.
Oh, really?
So cute. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna do some lips too. And take off this. This is a lip balm. Yeah, please ask your questions. Please ask your questions.
Genetic white lady said, my child just told me they are female to male. Trans. Uh-oh.
Please ask your questions.
I hear that. Okay, we're good. Sorry. My child just told me they are female to male trans at 15. They are using terms like, crap, where'd it go? Sorry, I'm gonna find it, I promise. They're using terms like demi boy. I'm a bit lost.
Demi boy, there's so many pronouns that people are coming up to describe themselves. Here's a good follow-up question so that you really understand where they are and what kind of support they need. Ask it like this: how do you mean? How do you mean? And just help them to coach you through the definition that they're wanting you to understand about them. So I can't keep with all of those terms either, and like honestly, it is hard for me to keep up with everything. So I would just ask them for clarification. I would just say, look, your description of yourself is very important to me because it has everything to do with your confidence, your identity, your self-worth, your value, and that's very, very important to me. So just help me understand, how you want to be addressed and maybe what that feels like. There's nothing they want more than to help you understand their story and what they feel like. So I don't think with this plethora of pronouns, it's inappropriate to just ask somebody, awesome, I'll call you whatever you want. Can you help me better understand that term? And just give them a chance to explain that to you.
Yes.
But thank you for being here, and congratulations on having a gender expansive child. Who knows? They may be most likely they're trying to figure out the right definition as well. Especially if they're just a teen. They just haven't had very much time yet to really figure out what they're capable of or what they're going to do or what they're going to become. And they're grasping for something that feels like them right now. Is that going to feel like them later? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But allow some flexibility for their definitions to change as they better understand themselves. Because as we all understand ourselves better, our description of ourselves also changes with that.
Thank you, rose-colored glasses. She said Demi means you're only attracted to someone sexually after you get to know them as a person.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you
Well,
for
that
letting
well,
me
that
understand
sounds
that
like
better.
most people should probably be that way. Maybe I'm
New
that
on the
then.
lives,
But
welcome.
we don't. But we don't really talk a lot about sex here because gender identity is who you go to bed as, and sexual orientation is who you go to bed with. So they're kind of unrelated for a lot of the things that we talk about. But that's awesome. Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, hi, Warrior Queen. Hope all's well with you and your
Yes.
spouse.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. I hope that you both are doing well and recovering.
KG Dev, are you going to fully transition or only sometimes? New here.
No, thank you for being here and thank you for the question. I am
And your
fully
pronouns.
I am fully transitioned already as far as surgeries and that kind of stuff go. Everything physical surgery wise that I need, other than like Botox and some of those type of things. But as far as SRS, which is sexual reassignment surgery, no, that's not in my intentions, and I don't need that me personally to feel congruent and whole inside. And so for me, the ability to just do this and look like this and be like this and feel like this, for me right now, that's enough. And so that's my intentions. I do live as Kevin for some of the time. And so, right now it may not be 50-50 all of the time, but it's, you
Yeah.
know, it's like that. Good question, and thank you for being here. I hope you stick around. I know it's a very difficult subject. I know it's so hard to understand. I know that because I live it and I have a hard time explaining it. So, our purpose is just to get on here and just show you kind of what we're going through and what we're experiencing so that other families know that a healthy life and a healthy family and a healthy relationship, it's possible living this reality. So that's what we're doing.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna do just a little bit of highlighter because I love highlighter. Wow, thank you. Thank you for those
She's doing
mirrors.
great. We went to the store today. Big step in her.
She went to the store.
I'm so glad.
That is good.
Yes.
We're talking about Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Out and about.
Jen Aniston vibes. So fun.
Really? Oh, I love that comparison.
Yay.
It's usually Danny DeVito, and that's so much better for
my.
me. Okay.
So cute.
Wow, thank you, Joy. That is so nice.
Happy Pride.
Wow, thank you. Yes. Okay, I'm going to shine on my lips a little bit. I'm going to put on some highlighter, and then I'm going to show you this dress again because I love it. All right.
Black Moon asked if have you ever decided to change your voice? Thank you
Um,
for the flag.
you know what? Yes, I think I probably will start working on it and trying to get it up a little bit higher. It hasn't been a focus for me. It hasn't been that important to me right now. But I think that the higher I get it, the more authentic that I would probably come across, and that's good. What I don't want to do is go too high too fast where I sound like a cartoon, and then it's annoying to listen. It's even more annoying to listen then. So I'm trying to keep it in a range that I could maintain for an extended period of time. But yeah, I think if I just start consciously raising it up a little bit every live, then maybe at some point it will become a little more feminine. I don't know.
Thank you, KB Live 30. They said, I love your live. Very helpful to me. 2 months on 8:30.
2 months on 8:30.
Congratulations.
Isn't that the
I
best?
bet you feel
Yes.
amazing.
Congratulations. There's nothing like
Glad you're here.
there's nothing like being in that state of homeostasis chemically. And I don't care who you are, what you do, whether you dress, whether you don't dress, if you're trans or not trans. If your hormones are off, you're off. You're just off. There's no way around that.
With the transition, were you okay with they, them, with family trying to transition with you?
Okay. Yes, and I have not. This is such a good point, and thank you for bringing it up because I want to share something with you. We have had the pronoun thing. It is difficult, and our pronouns, my pronouns, have changed a little bit just since the last live, and let me explain that to you. I never get worked up because I spend so much time as Kevin and carpooling and taking kids to work and doing stuff in the community, that kind of stuff. And so when I'm Kevin half the day and Allyssa the other half of the day, you can imagine the confusion in the home and he, she. I never get worked up about it. People can call me Kevin, they can call me Alyssa, he, she, they, them. It doesn't really matter to me. However, typically, When I'm dressed as Kevin, then I'm Kevin. When I'm dressed like a boy, I go by Kevin, and which is he and him. And when I'm Alyssa, I go by she and her. However, something changed in the last couple of days, and I'll tell you what that was. Yesterday, yesterday, Andrea said, "You know what? Even though you're Kevin, I think I'm gonna start referring to you as Alyssa when you're wearing nails, because I glued these on, and so I still had nails even like when I was with Kevin." And she said, "Your mannerisms, your speech, the voice, your movements, your thinking is much more like Alyssa when you have nails on than Kevin, even when you're Kevin Church." She said, "I feel like it's just probably more fair or honest to refer to you, because I think that's probably where you are emotionally or mentally when you're wearing nails." And I started thinking about that, and I thought, you know what, that's probably true. I do feel different. I can see with the end of my hand, and I do move differently and probably feel differently. So, and that's not anything I asked for, but it's an observation that she made, and maybe an example of how those pronouns can change just a little bit.
Multi identity disorder or T girl. I mean, either way. Or
Look, I'm just a guy who likes to be pretty and who wants to be pretty. And what we call that is not relevant for what I need. I just need to be able to go and live my life exactly, to my strengths. That's all.
and we totally understand the confusion, because we too were confused, which is why we didn't do a lot of, hold on, I'm gonna move this out of the way.
Yes,
Do
let me
a
just move
lot
this.
of going out as Alyssa. So now we are more open, and so
When you say we were confused, what do you mean by
meaning
that?
confused on how do we go about this, especially in the public, especially with in regards to church and religion and family, friends, community.
So we
That
weren't.
was hard and confusing on how to go about that
Uh,
part. This part was, I mean, obviously it was confusing, but it's also part of a marriage. Every marriage is confusing, and this was the confusing part for me and transitioning with her. And so the confusion was more about,
how to
how to navigate.
navigate the public, the
Mm-hmm.
community, the church, our family. I see. Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't very clear how to go about that process. We knew that we were going to go through that process. We didn't know what that process looked like and who would stick around for it. And that has been really, really rewarding. Actually, we've been embraced, really open arms. It's been great. I probably have lost more friends from talking bad about the church than I have from being transgender. And and I probably need to keep that down a little bit, because it's not really relevant. It's not really relevant. Yes, this is the greatest.
Yes, Warrior Queen is asking.
Yes, this is the greatest highlighter palette. It's Anastasia, however fancy you are, whatever level of education you have.
Ooh, Granny
Okay.
Annie 4. If you join our Discord in our link tree in our bio, you can ask me questions.
Isn't this a fun dress?
And I've requested to follow you, so you can go in and ask questions and see
It's
how
amazing,
cute
right?
she is.
Look how great this is. Some
Yay.
spaghetti straps.
A mission Bishopbrook, other word callings. I just left. My wife is 1,000% supportive. Oh, yay.
She
Sorry,
left the church
I don't know if
in
it
the
was
bishopric.
they,
And I'm glad that you found peace for your family. I don't want to dog on the church. I don't feel like that's my mission to put the church down, because it's not really about that church. It's about any group that doesn't support everyone. That's all. If there's a group out there that will even allow people to feel like less, I just think it's not healthy for that group. It doesn't matter about the doctrine of the church, whether they're right or wrong. If that group will allow some of their people to feel like less, then I just don't think it's a healthy group. That's all. So it's not that church specific. It's every church specific. Raise your people up.
Somebody said they're blessed. Oh, thank you, BOLUD01.
Yes, thank you.
I love that. Thank you.
Can you share clothes? You know what? We don't share a lot of clothes, because she's so small.
Let's see it again.
However, too quick.
quick.
However, she does borrow a lot of clothes, but they're almost always boy clothes. I would say that we share more boy clothes than girl clothes, because I can't fit in her sizes.
I don't really share them. I just steal them. Let's be honest. They're now in my drawer because I use them more.
So yeah, it is like that. So this is, you can see how it's got this cute button down.
And this cute little peephole right here. Wait,
Ooh.
where is it?
Wait, don't stop.
Right here.
Don't stop now.
Right there. It's so cute.
So yes, this is,
Do you do your nails different colors?
I do. I have a whole bunch of different styles.
In the beginning, it was only French tip. So she's coming a long way. Colorful tips to colorful
you,
nails.
Heather.
So yes.
Yeah, I do like variety for
Oh,
sure.
that's a good one, Alyssa. Has this process helped you fall more in love with each other?
Yes, absolutely, because this process has so much vulnerability in it. So much vulnerability, so much trust, so much relying on. And there's so much that I need help with, in a girl world. Um, Andrea's been just an incredible support as far as, saying like this. She says, hey, you may want to wear a slip with that. Okay. Because it's really thin. And even though I'm sitting down, if I was in public, people would be able to see it. So, I wear this really, really super cute slip, red lace.
And she
And then
can not wear it with me. I don't care.
Yeah. So, just the little things like,
Oh,
slips and this and the strap and, whatever. So it's been so helpful.
Oh,
And
thank
it's
you,
been her,
sweet
she's been
heart.
able to really, really help me to be who I need to be.
And let me say, this was a hard thing for me because as a woman, if I go to my spouse and say, "Hey, does this make me look fat?" No, she's not going to tell me I look fat in it. No, she's going to go, "You look great." But you know what I really like on you? This. And that's what I learned from her, how to be better about saying, no, that's, It was, "Hey, babe, I really like that on you, but this is what I like better." And that has, I learn more from her than she learns from me. Let's be honest. She does her own makeup.
That's not
She's
true.
learned how to do her own makeup. We figured out maybe together what styles are better and how to measure while we're out and about. Here, let me hold it here. It's got like 1 more inch or whatever. It's totally gonna fit. Like, we're very, very close in size. Like, she could wear my skirts. I could wear her skirts. It's the tops that she has a hard time with. So.
I've got, as you saw, I've got a very, very strong back. So my back is probably the biggest thing that keeps me from wearing the clothes, the styles that I want, is because my back is just so strong. My arms are getting a little bit, the muscles coming down, just a little bit, but also my wrist, the girl clothes, the sleeve hole is the same size as a chapstick. And so it's like it's like a walrus coming in the cat door. It doesn't make any sense.
Hi Emily. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
She commented on your watermelon. Sorry, I'm in a similar position as Andrea.
Okay.
So yes, thank you for noticing the watermelon cuts.
Similar position as Andrea. That's a tough position to be in. It really is. Boy, it really is. You should reach out to Andrea on her own private account, which is Dre_Conn, CONN, DREA_CONN. That's her TikTok account, and message her directly and have some conversations. I bet you have so much in common and so many frustrations, and you can say the bad words and
Not
then
even frustrations, but I'm getting a lot of tips from other people on how things worked for their trans spouse. And so don't make me get emotional, but thank you everyone who's been messaging me there too. They're coming for me for advice, but I'm getting a lot of advice from you. So thank you all.
well, that's nice. Thank you.
Yes,
Someone
I
just
know
asked,
why.
did we watch Peacock? And the answer is yes, we did watch Peacock. And let's talk about that for a second. But let me just say this right up front. I drink a lot of water today, okay? So there will be some bathroom breaks during this. I'm sorry for that. But yes, we did watch Peacock. Was not the movie that I was expecting. Surprised me a lot, actually. But basically, for those people who haven't seen, I mean, I'm not sure to give the recommendation or not. It was interesting for me because of who I am and the situation I'm in. But it was quite interesting, and I'm glad I finished the whole thing. But it's a person, it's a trans person who you find out seems a little deranged, seems a little off. You know, there's two personalities, and it turns out that this person had this other female identity, and it's a result of trauma early in life and things
Are we back on?
that were yes we are, things that were forced, and terrible things happened, and it drove this person to this identity because of what they were forced to do as a young child. And and at first I was like, well, this doesn't feel like it's the same scenario as me. But there are a lot of scenarios like there are a lot of things that I did relate with. For instance, one time she's sitting on the bed and she needs to switch back into the boy clothes and go to work, and she's looking at him, and you can just see like, oh, I hate this
The
moment.
pain.
Like, this is the worst time of the day for me, taking off these clothes and putting on that suit. And I felt that moment. I felt that moment of having to transition back into your reality, which is not your reality at all. That's your show. That's your acting. That's your fake reality. Wow, thank you for that, Pearl. How sweet. And so I did get that, and I guess I also identified a little bit with the different personalities, because each of those characters for this person had different strengths. One of them is much more confident. I feel like I'm a more confident Alyssa than I am a Kevin. Um, so that there's definitely, each of those personas does come with its own set of strengths and weaknesses, and I guess I identified with that a little bit too. But overall, it was a very, very interesting movie, and I've really been thinking, does it matter how you got to this point, whether it was from trauma or an experience or whatever else? The question is, when you get to this point, do you have the right to dress yourself or not? Do you have the right to pick your social gender or not? That's really what it comes down to. Transgender. Here's the deal. Let me get a drink first.
Hormones don't change your voice like you would think. So
Well, hormones would have kept my voice from changing had I got on them before I experienced male puberty. So that is one of the things that happens during puberty, is that your voice will change. But for me personally, no, the hormones won't change my voice. I've got to just physically change the voice myself.
thanks for this.
So gender, everybody's so worked up about bathrooms and sports and locker rooms and pedophilia, right? This is where everybody wants to talk and argue, and we'll have some lives with some people and we'll discuss some of those things. But the reality is, we're not there yet. The reality is this: communication is gendered. That's where we're stuck. Communication is gendered. And I see that because I'll go interact with somebody as Kevin at the store, and then change and forget something at the store and go back as Alyssa, and I'm treated completely different by the very, very same people.
TikTok's lagging. I think it's
It is? Is it?
it's doing it on mine too. So sorry.
I wonder
Thank
why
you,
that would
everyone.
be.
Do you want me to go and reset something downstairs?
No, I think it would probably kill the whole thing. I wonder if we turned off the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi so it wasn't trying to get it from the Wi-Fi,
Maybe me
because it looks
too.
like we have 5G or something.
Maybe it'll help with me too.
Okay, so
Who cares? I have a low voice. Same. Everyone says you talk like a man. Okay, thanks. Thanks for noticing.
but the reality is communication is gendered. So when you say I'm not calling you by this name, I'm not calling you by this pronoun, you're saying I am not going to communicate with you in a way that you identify with. That's what you're saying. That's like, in your case, even though you're not transgender, if someone started their conversation with "Hey douchebag," right? Like, whatever comes after "Hey douchebag" is probably not going to be received well at all. And it's the same thing. So if you don't call somebody by how they identify, then the communication is terrible. And we got to have some good communication before we can even reasonably discuss bathrooms and sports and all of these other things. But this is an important thing to get to, and that's why we are here. Because unless we can communicate in a respectful way and understand that communication is gendered, and that's why it's so important that we get this down and we get names down, because people deserve to communicate in a way that reflects them and who they are and how they feel and what they believe and what's important to them and their values. And so much of that is in our name and the gender that we're presenting as. So, if you have a hard time referring to me as Alyssa because I also have Kevin, well, that's not earning the right to further communication with me. That's just like me saying, "Hey, douchebag," and then you and I having this really great conversation. It's not possible. It's just not a thing.
See, my thing is frozen.
I'll tell me your name and pronouns and that, and I'll call you by what you want. Oh,
That's
thank you, wicked
right.
love.
Thank
Thank you.
Give
That's
you the
great.
respect you deserve. Oh, thank you. Everyone's so
That's so
nice.
kind. Yeah.
Hi,
So
Patty Mac.
we should
Thank
we
you.
should. Do you think we should go live and just? I want to encourage. Here's what I'd like to know. I wish we could get up to like 1,000 followers, 1,600 followers, and I would just open this
Viewers.
up to everybody, viewers. Yes, viewers online right now, so we could go live. But here is the question that I really want to have with somebody. Not a debate, nothing ugly, but a really reasonable conversation about what is the danger of allowing trans people to just live their lives, to just say, okay, fine, dress to your strengths, go live your life. What is the danger in that? What are we afraid of? I just like would love somebody to say, oh no, if we just let everybody dress how they want, then this is the potential danger of it. Let's discuss that potential danger and let's weigh it out and see if it's worse or more harmful than the damage that's already being done with the suicide rate, the discrimination, the deaths, the violence, all of that stuff. Let's just have a conversation. So if you don't think that we should normalize transgender, then please let's have a reasonable conversation on live together where you can ask questions and I can ask questions and maybe the answer is somewhere in the middle. This is not about me being right. This is about me being normal. This is about me having the right to just live my life to my strengths and be happy and healthy just like you.
I love all your comments right now. Thanks everyone for just being there. I would call all of you out, but they're going so fast and it's just amazing all the
It's a
love.
good question. Why does anyone care? Wear what you want. Yeah, why does anyone care? Why do you think it's such a big deal? It's crazy. So listen, when mother calls, you have a choice, but when Mother Nature calls, you don't have as much of a choice. And so I'm just going to take this really short break and maybe to use the bathroom, but also to show my dress one more time because I love this dress. It's so fun.
So cute.
It's really for the bathroom though.
Everyone
And so what
should mind their
is this?
business
Is this
for
lagging?
sure.
Is this YouTube or is this
It's
TikTok?
TikTok, but we're okay. Everyone says it's okay and it's still going. So
Well, I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi and
I
maybe.
wouldn't worry about it. It's just pause. Sorry.
Sorry. Let's
No
see.
danger.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to get better or worse. It may get worse. If that gets worse, we just need to
Ooh.
turn back on the Wi-Fi.
Hammy said, would you consider creating a clothing line? We have thought about that so much. We've talked about it. We've talked about being like personal shoppers, getting people's measurements because of how hard it is, and send it to them kind of like a stitch whatever box thing where you can do a monthly thing and we send you an outfit. If it works, we give you buy it. If it doesn't, you don't, because the shoulders are so hard for trans people. So
They're hard, which is why I love these straps. Those straps are the best. I just feel amazing. You saw,
yes.
the video we just put out when we were doing oh, I didn't put out the video. If you go to Andrea's account, you can see a video of us at bingo night
Yay.
and the shirt that I was wearing, it just because it fits me in the shoulders, it's just not flattering. I look like I'm wearing a tent. Um, but my brows were good.
If someone said your brows are on point.
They
So,
are?
yes.
Yay,
Shoulders
thank
and
you.
back is totally
Shoulders,
fine.
yes. Oh, they
Shoot,
are.
it's
Look,
freezing up. And
look.
everyone else,
It
it's
is.
so pretty.
It is freezing up still after I did that.
It's such a good cut because girls get like the arm boob and the back boob and stuff. It looks so good on her, and she doesn't have that problem. It's so great. When will you do live debates? We should do that.
Let me use the bathroom first, and then we can do some live debates.
Ooh.
Don't say debate, okay? We're gonna have a discussion. It's not a debate; it's a discussion because it's kind and it's respectful, and the purpose is to get to a mutual point.
Yes, so if you guys have some question while Alyssa answers nature, I will totally answer your questions. Y'all look great, and people are ridiculous. Be you. Life is too short to care what anyone thinks. Is so true. And you know what? For so long, we did care what people thought. And and fortunately, things have come to fruition the way they have because it's just how it is. So we just an open conversation for sure. What made Allyssa pick the name Allyssa? Well, for a long time while Kevin and I were dressing, um, or she was dressing, I would like hesitate to say Kevin or call him Kevin because she was in a dress. And so I loved the name Allyssa all growing up, and we had a debacle on how to spell it because I was spelling it wrong. Not wrong, but not right. It was just, and finally Allyssa said, hey, I really like the two L's and the two S's and how they flow. And so it was really fun to pick that name, and she was really good about letting me do that. We like short names. All our kids have, we can call, Samantha, Sam, so we can call Allyssa Allie. And so it's been fun. So thank you. I'm gonna let Allyssa answer the question. Oh, Dee Dee Dog, my daughter's name is Allyssa. I love that. I love that, and I love that our mods know that I picked her name. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to say too much without Allyssa because I love everyone. Please ask me questions because I could sit and talk about random stuff all day. Does she spend time as Kevin by choice or because she feels she has to? Karen, that is a good question. I think it's both. I think she does feel like she has to, but she also chooses to out of respect for me and the kids and the family and extended family, that kind of thing. Thank you for noticing. TJ Maxx, that's where we went. Where does she go to the bathroom? Well, if I'm not with her, she will use the women's restroom, but most of the time I'm with her because it's not that I don't want her to go by herself. I just feel better. And, girls like to go to the bathroom with other girls. So I kind of made a point to, okay, well, if I need to go, you're going with me. And if you need to go, I'm going with you because, it just makes me feel more comfortable just having an extra body. Was it difficult to transition? Is it freezing again? Dang it. I don't know what's going on. But whose food do you see? We're doing something wrong.
Is it still lagging?
Yeah. I am not transgender. I'm sorry, my spouse is transgender. I'm the wife of 26 years. So, thank you, everyone.
Well, I turned the Wi-Fi back on, so.
They say your neckline looks so
Thank
good.
you, really?
Okay.
Thank you.
Here's a question that I did not want
Dude, I'm strong. Super strong.
to
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
Do you think a person should be made to go to therapy before hormones?
No, I think people should go to a doctor and say, this is how I feel. And talk to somebody who understands hormones, because you don't need therapy to be chemically balanced. You need to be chemically balanced to be chemically balanced. And there's no therapist that's going to talk you into being chemically balanced. So no, I don't think I do. It is lagging. I do believe that therapy is good. Let me make that very, very clear. I do think it's good that you have somebody outside of your sphere of influence to talk to and to be able to open up to and to be able to express, your feelings, and somebody neutral that you can listen to a little differently. None of us listen to our spouses like we may listen to somebody else. So, do I think it's a requirement? No. Do I think it's a really, really, really good idea? Yes, I do. but that therapist cannot talk to your child and go, yes, they need this amount of hormones or this amount of hormones. Not at all. Well, your doctor, your child needs to go to a doctor and say, this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling this, and let the inner workings of your body and your physiology dictate the hormones and stuff that go on. Okay, how about this? Let's just start with the hot topics. Okay, so it's not a debate; it's a discussion. So I'm going to tell you my
Oh, wait,
view.
hold on.
Oh, hold on.
There's a prescriber here, and they agree. Gotcha. Love ya. Alu the nerd. I like you. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, but I do think that everybody needs a therapist for
I'm gonna
sure.
step away so I don't interrupt.
Okay, so here's my. Let's go right after the hot topics first, because the topic that I probably everything just flashed. The topic that probably creates the most heat and the most hate, because it's coming, from the mainstream because they're against transgender, but it's also coming from the transgender people because of my take on this. So let me give you my perspective on trans girls playing in sports with cisgender girls. Let me give you my perspective on this. Thank you for that flower. I wish I could read your name. Let me give you my perspective on this, and then let's have a dialogue on what maybe the right answer may be. So when it comes to transgender girls playing in competitive athletics with cisgender girls, the bottom line is I am against an advantage. Period.
Put it up on your
I'm just
side.
I'm just against an advantage, but I am for participation. So if we can eliminate the advantage, then I am for participation. The advantage is going to come, in my opinion, at puberty. I was watching the uh, girls soccer a couple of days ago. The Utah Summer Games are going on right now, and we went up and we watched the girls soccer, and it was like 14, 15, 16 year olds, something like that. And I played competitive soccer at that time, and I enjoyed the game. I loved it. The girls were good. They're so talented. They're so skilled. But the reality is, I would have had no business being on that soccer field when I was, 14, 15, 16, or 17. I would have had no business. The play is different. The intensity is different. The contact is different. And it would not have been fair for me to be out there competing. And I'm surely not saying that I'm better. I'm sure that your girl who plays club ball is better than I was. So I'm not saying that I was the best. I'm saying that a whole soccer field full of me probably wouldn't have been a fair competition. So I believe that trans girls should be able to compete in athletics as long as they did not experience the boy puberty. So if you didn't experience a male puberty, I think it would be fair. I think your body probably developed in a very similar way with similar muscle mass and bone structure. And I think it'd probably be much more competitive. Because remember, athletics is about physical ability. Gender identity is not. And we got to keep those things apart, because when we put them together, all of a sudden people lump in bathrooms to sports. And all of a sudden, so if I can't play sports, I can't use the bathroom either. Well, that doesn't make sense. I need to use the bathroom whether or not I'm on a soccer field. So we need to keep these things very, very straight. Now, this is where I get most of the hate from the trans community on this issue. So please, let me open it up right now for someone to come on and then just tell me, number one, if I'm wrong, and number two, what the solution would be. Because I am for participation, but I'm against an advantage. And it's not just for transgender, it's for anybody. I think when we're talking about competitive athletics, we should always be going, how do we eliminate advantages? That's how you have fair and competitive athletics. So, I know that's not a good answer, because it leaves a group of people out in the middle that have already experienced that puberty. But what else are we going to do? Are we going to keep the bathrooms from everybody so that a few people, can play soccer or tennis or whatever it is that they're doing? I don't know. I just don't know that that's a good trade for the community. And I also believe that it's important that we don't compete competitively, because I'm trying to normalize the ability to dress ourselves in the morning, and we can't normalize that if it comes with an advantage. And even though it may not be a competitive advantage in sports a lot of the time, it still is a possibility sometimes. And so if it's a possibility sometimes, nobody's going to buy off on that. But everybody has to buy off that I need to use the bathroom sometimes, and it needs to be in a place that's safe. If I walk into a men's restroom like this, do you not think that this is going to be dangerous for me? It will be dangerous for me, 100% at some point. Probably not in every bathroom, but at some point it is going to be dangerous for me. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just quickly set up the projector behind me, and we can post, maybe we can type on there what the question is that we're talking about, And whoever wants to get on and just say, hey, look, I understand what you're saying, but this may be a better way to deal with it, then let's talk about that. What if we could actually present somebody with a viable solution that unifies everybody and makes it a safe place for everybody instead of, me being right or you being right? I think that it needs.
TikTok over this way.
I know I can move the camera. No, that's good. Maybe
Just don't make it fall on
I've got I don't know if you can see, the TikTok can't see, but I have a whole stack of wigs sitting over there. There's like maybe 5 or 6 wigs over there,
your head. Yeah.
and it's
there.
hitting. But it's okay. I can move this camera, love. Thank you for that.
Move this so everyone can see how pretty.
What are you gonna move, sweetie?
Just the wig so I can scoot them over. Here, look, babe. You got it.
Well, see, the deal is I've got this camera here. I'm gonna move one of my cameras, guys. I've got this great camera system. Okay, I'm gonna move that here, and then I can move this one here. So what I've done is I've mounted this board and I put these metal things on it, and my cameras are mounted on a deal with magnets, so I can just take off the camera and it just move it across the anywhere that I want because it's magnetic, and so that's what I have going on there. But I need to move this camera or you won't be able to see.
So cute. Your viewpoint on a lot of things are very middle ground and important, especially in the US. Thank you, Elliot.
Oh, wait, are you looking down my shirt? It's a joke. I don't have anything down there.
Subscriber here.
Okay.
You are correct. Jazz has no advantage. She was blocked before puberty.
She was blocked before puberty. Absolutely. So that's an important part. So when some of you get on and say you should never let a 12 or 11-year-old, tell you what they want. No, what you're saying is, no, you need to make a decision for this child now that will never allow them to compete with their peers, with their friends, at a level that's fair. That doesn't make sense. People knew who they were when they're 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 10 and 12 and 14. I mean, let me ask you this: at what age could you have been talked into switching genders? Could you have been talked into switching genders at 5? What about 10, 12, 14? There's probably never an age that you felt that you would have been able to be talked into that. So why does anyone think that anyone else can be talked into it? That doesn't make sense. We're all born. We all have a sense of what we're capable of. We all know what switches are turned on inside of us. And we know which environment is going to be our best chance of survival. And that's just where we are. Okay, so now we've set up that screen.
Someone from Kansas said they dated you.
They dated me? Wow.
It's in Ohio, and we're without power with no date or restore.
Whoa.
Amanda.
Wow.
I hope
Amanda,
and pray
I'm
for you.
sorry.
Her phone's at 12%.
So was it a big storm? Was it a storm that took out the power?
In Ohio. So get off your phone, honey, and save it. Save it.
No kidding. What
Get it going, niece.
what
So hopefully you're okay.
okay, how come nobody's calling in? We can have this conversation
You're
even
married?
even
Yes.
before the slide starts. So if you want to join and discuss this point, then I would
When
sure
you
discuss
know,
that. And
you
if you
know.
have a better solution, my gosh, we need it. We need a better solution. We need a solution that's viable. That do you know my password, hon? Can I just reach over you? I'm just gonna reach over you.
Probably do, but I would have to ask you to remind me.
It's okay.
My life.
I got
Babe,
you.
what's my username and password again?
I got you.
I just
My only
redid it a
concern
minute ago.
is the
I
side
can't remember.
effects of the hormones in the body. Nicole, your only concern is the side effects of the hormones. Which side effects specifically would you be talking about?
Turn on guest spots so people can request.
Oh, guest spots.
Okay.
Where's that at? I've never seen that. People have requested before. I've never known that button. Do you know what specific dangers of the hormones you're referring to?
Okay. Well,
What is it that we're supposed to turn on?
guest spots.
Guest spots.
Oh.
You know, babe, after 5 months, we should know where a guest spots button is. Like, we couldn't be any slower at this.
Because we usually have our teenagers here that take our phones out of our hand and do it for us. So because we're slow.
We're already teaching our boys that love is love, and we love everyone. Isn't that the
Okay.
message? And if everyone understood that, then nobody's clothes are going to matter. And everyone's going to understand that everyone should
Okay,
be able to
hold
use the
on.
bathroom in a safe place.
Raven Witch,
That's it. Thank you
come
for saying
back.
that.
Come back.
You married? Yes, we're married for
I'm not
26 years.
sure what
Cheryl,
your
thank
question
you.
was, Raven. Please ask again. Don't go. Don't go. You have to turn it on with the 3 buttons. Okay, I will do that. Please don't go.
I'm just going to quickly create a slide with this question on it. So my question is going to be,
I don't know what your question was, Raven. There are so many. Let me scroll up to see if I can see.
look, I'm going to move this.
There are storms there. Millions are without power. I love you dearly, dearly. Thank you for the prayers. Okay. She said, oh no, that's a different person. I can't see it on mine. TikTok sometimes shows me some questions, but most of them are not there. So I'm really sorry. See, the stuff on Alyssa's phone is different than mine. So I'm sorry, you guys. But thank you, Elliot, for the galaxy. How do I call? How fair is that? See, that's all I see. And all I see is I did that. So I don't see. Let me see if I can see Ron Alyssa's. I'm sorry, you guys. This is so boring. But thank you for okay. So if you have questions, you can go in our TikTok on the Discord, the Q&A, and ask questions there. Her comments are getting filtered, so I'm really sorry. The comments are getting filtered. Some words filter them through us, and only you guys can see them. So I'm really sorry. I'm gonna put. So all I see is it in the settings that I can add people. Comments are going so quick. I'm sorry. Pink and blue circle cross on each other. Hold on. Comment settings, moderators, no. Okay, you guys, this is really a dumb live. I'm sorry.
Well, that was
No, because I don't
harsh.
know what I'm doing here. My ugly face is so close to there. I just want to go sideways because I can't
going
find
sideways. Are
where.
you going sideways right now, babe?
See, that's what I'm saying. I moved the camera.
Let me see. Okay.
Blue and pink rings.
Did you hear something break? What if I had to do the rest of the live holding this out? That would be amazing.
You're so cute. You're doing fine. Don't worry. We're with you. Oh, thank you.
We are the warden.
I'm trying to share, but it's too hard. I'm sorry, Raven. Hopefully you're okay. Laura, thank you for being here. And if it's morning, my goodness, where are you? Because it's night here. It's 8:00 p.m. here. We're trying to put up some slides. Sorry. So cute. Everyone's so sweet. Okay, there we go. Here, I'll move out of the way so you can get to this. But now people probably are gone that we're talking about it. Oh, it's 10:03 p.m. Oh, 3 a.m. in Scotland. Damn,
Wow.
why are you up, girl? Woof. Well, thank you for being here on this early morning in Scotland.
Yes.
What's the weather in Scotland right now? I just think it would be just like perfect weather right now, like 70s. I don't know.
So can people go live with us? If people can't go live with us, then I shouldn't have set all that up anyway.
3:04 a.m. here. Holy cow, where are you? 10:04 in New Jersey. Everyone, you guys are amazing for
Yes,
being
thank
up.
you.
Yes. Yep, they can call in.
They can?
Yep, okay, but I'm getting a call. 1 second. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Uh-huh. Allow host invites, receive
What
invites.
happened to the
No,
projector?
not it either. Yes, it says allow host invites and receive invites from suggested live
Wow,
hosts.
what's
So yes, it is. Uh-huh.
sorry about this. But please, somebody call in. I want to take your call. I want to have an amazing. Oh, look.
No requests yet, so. Okay. Cool. Yay. Okay,
You
bye.
can do it?
Yay,
All
we can
right.
do it. Thank
So
you,
let's-
Sean. Thank you, Anisha. We love you.
Yes, we do. Can people see
Whoever's
this?
on the phone is amazing. Thank you, Sean and Anisha.
Okay.
Everyone, guys, call in. They say, "Ooh, it's there." Thank you, Mandy and Josh. We love you. Mirror your screen. Did we get it?
Yeah, I
Mirror.
think we just did it. But something is interesting with. Let me just zoom in on this. Can you tell me when that's.
Yes, it's thinking. Awesome. It's on.
Great, I'm just showing you
Yes,
my
it's
armpits
okay.
right now.
It's on. Let me
It's not even
perfect.
straight.
It's okay. You gotta keep going, baby.
Okay. Well, I don't have to keep going because we're just waiting for someone to call in and say,
Hi, Jaden.
hey, I'm in or out on that deal.
Jaden,
This-
hope everything
This
is
is the
well.
worst. This is truly the worst.
Okay,
Whatever, you
hold
can
on.
see that.
I want to talk
That's
to
what
you
we-
guys, but having nothing good to say. I'm just a fan. Oh, thanks, and
Yeah, well,
Set Sky 87.
yes. Guys, if you just want to call and just say, hey, listen, this is my view on this, and this is why, I would love to understand that. The better I understand what everybody's fears are, and their trepidation is, the quicker that we can address that and see if it's valid or not. If it's valid, then let's figure out a workaround. If it's not, then let's figure out the next most important thing.
Well, while we're waiting for someone
it
to
may
call.
Look like a pink and blue circle.
Yeah, we got that already.
Okay, so everybody can just come on in.
Yes.
All right, well, come in. Let's go.
Someone asked that they never thought of this until I got my wedding band today. Did you get a new wedding band?
Yes, Andrea did give me. She did propose to me, and she gave me a little wedding ring. And I've got a few different bands that I like to wear, depending on the color of jewelry that I'm wearing. So, yes.
Ashley said, can we take a second or two to say you both look the best today?
Oh, that is so fun. Thank you. You need to click accept. People are requesting the same thing. So it says that people are requesting it and there's nothing coming in. This is so frustrating. So accept. Okay, how about this one? This one. How about this one? I accepted something.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, look, we have the moon. Look, moon is there. Are you there?
Yellow is your color.
Moon by this is Karen. Karen, are you there? I accepted. Let me go on again. Let me accept somebody else. How about this?
And Raven,
Elliot's.
I can't see your question.
Elliot's Wolf, I accepted you. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. This is gonna be great. Hello.
Elliot.
Elliot, can you hear?
Yay.
Yeah, but can you hear? How come we can't hear anything? This thing's supposed to be.
Elliot, hi.
Elliot, can you hear me?
Yep.
So you can hear everyone on your phone, but we can't hear me anywhere.
Okay, I can hear him on my phone, but you put on the speaker, he said.
For Pete's Peppers.
Okay, do you want to hear it from my phone and just?
No, I just want to put on the speaker. Just tell me where the speaker is from TikTok.
Okay. Yes, hi.
Yes, I can hear you. How are you, Alex?
Because the volume goes down because you need to turn off noise suppression, but we'll do that later.
Okay.
Yes, can you please help them with that at some point, maybe tomorrow?
Yes, but right now I can hear you. So thank you for joining us.
I just wanted to tell Allyssa and Mike I'm a little buzzed right now.
Make sure that you are careful with what you say.
Love you guys very much. I appreciate the viewpoint. I appreciate you letting guests in. Keep them to 1 minute or less. Keep doing what you're doing. I like your middle ground stance and viewpoints. Love you guys.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much, Ellie. That's really really nice. That.
He left, so thank you, Elliot. Have fun. Be good. Stay safe.
I wish we could hear. Okay, so let me see. I think
So
I have
you
another
can go
one.
back and see your other requests. It's our warrior queen.
Warrior Queen.
And there's a lag on
Hey.
mine, so
There is a lag. Heather, how are you? How are you, Heather?
Sleep, so but you're good.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are recovering. Hey,
Sleep in the house, so I had to come outside.
hey, what, Heather? Tell me what are your viewpoints on the trans girls in sports? How do you and Robin feel about that? The trans girls in sports. How do you and Robin feel about that?
Well, how we feel about it, as long as it's a level playing field, it's okay. Because Leah Thomas was amazing, but yet she still came in, I think, second or third.
Do you feel like Leah Thomas was? Do you feel like that was fair competition? That she had any unfair advantage?
No, she had no unfair advantage, even though as long as she was on the hormones for as long as she was, but yet she was still off of them when she was competing.
Hmm. Okay. So, what do you feel like the rules should be about trans girls in sports? So, what do you feel like the rules should be about trans girls in sports?
They should all be equal.
I'll be equal regardless of the puberty. Okay. So, good. Are there any other issues that are significant to you? So, for the viewers that don't know, uh, this is Heather, and she has a transgender spouse. So she has a male to female wife, and so they're living a reality that's very very similar to mine. And so they're living a reality that's very very similar to mine.
Alyssa, you're cutting out really bad. You're lagging out.
I know this is such a terrible. We couldn't have figured out a worse way to do this. If we're doing smoke signals in prison cells, it would be better than this. I'm sorry. All right, well, we'll get it fixed and we'll talk again later, okay?
Okay, Alyssa.
bye. I love you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Love you too, Alyssa.
Yeah, this lag thing is for the dogs. Like this is the worst system ever. I think this is a good idea to invite people on, but I've got to figure out why it's lagging.
There you go. 'Cause-
That's funny. I was just talking on your phone. Like I was,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Each other, yes. Thank you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe hold on. Maybe there's somebody else there, but that was a pain in the neck. Like I don't even. Oh, is Elliot? I've already accepted Elliot, right? Is Elliot back? I don't know if I just re-accepted Elliot or if Elliot's calling back for a different thing.
No,
Elliot, did I just call you?
I am female to male, and I play football with
Female to
men.
male. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, isn't this interesting? You know, that's awesome, and it's interesting that there's nobody saying, you know, should trans men play with cisgender men, right? Because they don't see in their mind that there's going to be an unfair advantage from that direction of physical strength and all of that. It is very, very interesting though that the other way around causes so much controversy. So if there's an advantage there, we just got to figure out, you know, how to work around that so the most people can participate without everybody having to give up something for that participation. I don't think Elliot's there.
See you, Alyssa. You're glowing.
Okay. Karen, are you there still? No?
Oops.
Maybe I should leave Karen up though, just so she can jump on if somebody else gets on. She's like the best lifeguard ever.
Oh, you know what we have to do is we have to turn your sound on your phone.
The sound is turned on, isn't it?
Well, I think maybe your volume. I'm not sure.
Like this is awesome. Okay. Maybe this will help. Maybe I should have worked this out better before. Okay, what else? Oh, Aaron, thank you. Thank you for being here. Can you see my question now? No, what is your question? Do you see a question from Raven?
We've tried many times. I don't think we can hear it, Karen.
Is
Yeah.
so they're saying I should still be able to hear something? I did.
Well, you have to go on your.
Well, then hold on. There's somebody calling. Let's try one more time. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Jay, we're gonna talk to Jay right now. Jay, welcome. Can you hear me?
Jaden.
I still can't hear it on my phone.
You just hold it right
Doing-
here, but not.
Doing great. How are you doing? Thank you. Yes, I can see you. Thank you for calling in. I'm honored. What are your views on cisgender girls in sports or transgender? I'm sorry. Wow.
Feel different because I think it's when they saw me as a female, it was one story, but now that I'm transgender, it's another story.
Do you feel like you are competitive with the other cisgender males that experienced a male puberty earlier than you did?
That experienced male puberty earlier than you did? 100%. Yes. I do. 100%. I feel that they have a lot. But I used to play football for the New York Sharks. Professional football for the New York Sharks. And then if you come in it was a lot different.
Do you feel like transgender girls who experience female puberty have an unfair advantage over the cisgender?
I have other people like you that have, and I think they comments, they don't like the fact that the way they're treated, even though they're not organic, they just they don't like being treated, you know what I'm saying?
Gosh, that was so hard to hear. Um, that was so hard to hear.
Sorry.
Yeah, can you mute that? Okay, okay. I think my phone may be working now. I think we may have fixed it on my phone, so I'm at least hearing you from my phone instead of Andrea's.
Okay. I let prior to working with just strictly males on football and baseball, um, it's almost like I'm seen as a freak. Should I say? You know, why is this trans female to male coming on here or doing this? But when I was doing like the New York Sharks, where it was all female football, it was completely different.
Hmm.
There was a complete different outlook on life, on everything.
Do you think that the general public is harder on male to female trans than female to male trans? Why do you think that is?
I think they think because they think females can't do any better. There's certain things they feel like a female can only get to a certain point. Oh, you know that female. It's like here. It's like oh that female. They can never get it out there. They can never be that athletic as so and so as a male. Where I'm from, but that's not the case. Where majority of the women that play are 10 times better than the males that play sport, baseball, football, and then they.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
I don't know whether they're being completely unsupportive of the fact that we're transgender, or it's a jealousy thing that we could play better than them. You know what I mean? I mean, there's guys out there that couldn't catch a football, they tried. And then you have, transgender women coming out that can catch that ball that they couldn't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that for all males or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that for going out for, teams that I've gone out, they make comments. Oh, look at this dyke trying to get to be like, like things like that is where I was getting into.
Let me ask you just to restate your position though, as far as because the phone was so bad I couldn't hear what you were saying before. Do you say you do feel that males who have experienced a male puberty, or at least a trans girl who has experienced a male puberty, she does or does not have an advantage over somebody that did not experience that puberty?
Being like a transgender female to male, and going into like the football or baseball or anything like that, they're getting called out by many of the men that they know they could do as better what the men can do, but when the men see you as being a transgender, it's you're a dyke who doesn't know what they want to do, and it comes out to that point. And it's just even though and even with practices, and they can see that we're. I mean, I'm not saying we're 100% better, but we have a little bit more skills. They still have to give that oh, but you're still a dyke. You're a dyke. And that's what we get all the time. I mean, that's what I've gotten for years.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
just don't know
tough.
who the hell you are.
That's tough. So with the yes or no, you say that the male puberty, it does give an advantage, or you think it doesn't give an advantage?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, meaning that you can take the hormones long enough to decrease the muscle mass and the bone structure.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how long of a period do you think that the hormones would be good before it was a fair playing field?
2 to 3 years into testosterone.
Okay, so then in your opinion, and it may be the right answer, I don't know. As long as you've been on hormones for X number of years, then it's more competitive.
Correct. They see you as a threat.
Well, let's talk about that for 1 second, because if you wait for 3 years and you're a junior in high school or sophomore in high school, then you will have missed all of the high school sports by the time that you fulfilled that obligation, which is almost exactly the same thing I'm saying, which is as long as you don't experience it, then you can go compete athletically with the other high school people. So our solution, I mean, the mechanics seem to be very similar, though the view may be slightly different. So three years.
Yeah, but now I've seen. I mean, I used to be a physical education teacher until I went to physical therapy, and I had transgender, female to male, and within 2 to 3 years, it completely changed. It completely changed. It was like a night and day situation with the male, and then you had the transgender. Um, and you would see a complete difference. But at the same time, it's the experience that you have as that player. If you're a good pitcher, catcher, outfielder, whatever it is, the thing being is, even if you were at that point, if you were in a male situation, they look down at that. Oh, well, you just got lucky, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no
you
doubt.
just got lucky. It is what it is. Like you're a girl, but you could throw like a guy, and then you were like an object.
Right. It is interesting. It would be nice if everyone just looked past the gender and just said, "Let's go watch some good competition. Let's just go see the discipline, the skill set, the mindset."
I'm from Jersey, and they're not like that at all. I live in Florida now, but in Jersey, they do not allow. Even if you're trans, you're not allowed to go into any competition with a male.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. I hope we do it again. I'd love to talk again on live. So thank you so
Have a
much.
good night.
Keep kicking some butt out there and keep spreading the good word. Love you.
I will. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Okay. I know I have to get on a completely different computer. That the PowerPoint should really say, I feel the transgender women should only compete in sports if they did not go through a male puberty. Change my mind. It should say that. I've got to get on a whole different computer to structure it that way. And it doesn't seem like this is very interesting to anybody anyway, honestly. But if there's some other topics that somebody would like to talk, not debate, but discuss or bounce different things off of. But see, that's interesting perspective that Jay just said. Look, I think it's okay that a trans person can compete with the cis girls, but after 3 years of hormones, well, that wipes out all of the high school experience anyway. If they have to wait that 3 years, which again is probably good if we're trying to get congruent and muscle mass and structure and intensity and all of that stuff. So that was interesting, but it was nice that a trans person wasn't beating me up. So that felt new and different. All right, no more comments coming on now. Is that what's happening? It isn't an advantage, though. It hasn't been proven. Justin says it isn't an advantage, though. It hasn't been proven. Yeah, and I don't even know how to respond to that, Justin. If there's a better way, Justin. In fact, Justin, you should come on and talk to me. I wish I could just talk to to you to talk to you. You can call in right now. Oh, I guess maybe you have to have 1,000 followers in order to even come in. Pillar World, thank you. Yeah, Justin, we should have a conversation. You know, whether it's proven. What I know is from the soccer games, the girls' soccer games that I watched a few days ago, at the same age that I was at that time. I mean, it was a much different intensity of game, and I don't know that it would have been fair for me to be on that field with them. And it's not that I'm a superstar. I just had different things at that time, different speed, different structure, different ambition. I don't really know. So whether or not it's an advantage, I don't know. And maybe it does get to take time to prove that. And maybe we'll prove that there's no advantage at all. The problem is until we prove it, we have to ask people to accept the possible advantage by accepting transgender. And it's really hard to normalize something that comes with an advantage. So that's why I think that has to be looked at second. Let's just get people back in the classroom and living their lives and going to work and not being harassed, and, you know, and not being abused. And then we can talk about sports down the road, since that's about athletic ability, not gender identity. That's all. Elliot, thank you. You've been on hormones for years. Do you think you are stronger than many cis women? Yes, I've been on hormones for 7 years, and I think I'm stronger than a lot of men. And you know, that's the reality. Now I've always just been very naturally big and athletic. My shoulders are, you know, huge. So I do feel that way. Do I feel that's going to be the case with most people? I don't feel that. I think that there's a lot of men, especially trans men, who have a much different frame and structure and muscle mass, and there probably isn't even an advantage now before hormones, right? That's just how the bodies are being built right now for some reason. So I don't think that there is always going to be advantage. But to answer your question, me personally, yes, I feel like I'm stronger than most women and probably a lot of men as well.
Hey, Alyssa. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Hi, Karen.
I'm still on here.
I
So I think one of the main concerns is that people they fear the potential injuries. Oh, look at you.
Yeah,
with
look,
your little
I
dress.
I know. Cal came on and said that dress. I had to show up one more time. Look,
You always got to say yes to the dress.
say yes to the dress.
Thank
But,
you, sugar. They love
I
you.
think the reason that it's such a hot topic is because it comes down to injury. For example, let's take the Olympics, and this is just a random topic that I don't think anybody in your audience is a part of, but let's take, for example, sumo wrestling in the Olympics, right? Um, People feel in society that someone who is born and assigned the male gender at birth would have, as you've said, the upper hand, right? Having the upper hand because they've been in that body, they've experienced everything since they were born. Whereas if there was a female to male trans person coming into that exact same field, right, of a sumo wrestler, people fear the unknown. People fear getting injured. And when you bring sports into it, a lot of people are going to think, oh, well, they're going to, ram into that person. Let's take, for example, basketball. Oh, that person, definitely hit them on purpose. And so it's more of that kind of thinking, I think. I mean, the people in the comments can say yes or no. But I mean, is it really more to do with having an advantage, or is it does it have to do more with the actual outcome and the injury? I don't know if I'm making any sense. I feel like I'm not.
No. I get it. I get that. You know, when I was wrestling, I was wrestling a freestyle tournament. Let me think how old I was. I was probably maybe 13 or 14. I don't know. But there was a girl that was in this freestyle tournament, and I had to wrestle her. And it was awkward for me because I'm like, well, I don't want to hurt her, and so I've got to make sure that I don't slam her down. I don't need to, I don't need to be too aggressive. But I literally, mentally had a kind of game plan ahead of time, like don't be a jerk to this person. This is someone who's out here and wants to
Mhm.
compete and whatever. But it was nowhere close to a close match. It was not even close, and I didn't try to hurt that person. But I know that where I was at 13 years old with my puberty and where that person was with what they were going through, I know that it wasn't the same. I know that.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people are agreeing with you in the comments. A lot of people are saying it definitely has more to do with an advantage. In my opinion, injury can happen at any time. It can, but Allyssa, is it okay if I go over a personal experience that I had with a transgender person? It's not like anything horrible or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, Karen,
But
absolutely, absolutely. And before you say that, let me just say this: in the same tournament that I wrestled that girl in, I also wrestled the guy who ended up winning the tournament, and he threw me down and actually cracked some ribs, and it put me out for a while. So I sustained an injury during that tournament, from another boy, for sure. So I know that injuries are definitely for real, and I do think that there would be an injury aspect if you know in that case. I do believe that it would be at least something that we may not be considering. So thank you for bringing that up. Yes, tell me your experience with the trans person.
well, actually, hang on a second. Someone said female to male, they don't have an issue. Male to female, I don't really want someone that transitioned last year to fight my. I think they were trying to say daughter. It just says my D, and that's sort of what um, I guess you could say that's sort of what my topic is about. So, um, I befriended a person. They happen to be transgender, and things, communication ended up going south due to just personal reasons, not anything to have to do with them as a human being. But this person was male to female, and they kept asking me, why don't you meet me somewhere and fight me? And they would constantly try to get me to meet up with them at a public location. I don't think it was a setup or anything like that, but they kept saying, I don't care if I was born male. I'm a female now, and I know that this is the terminology that they use. They said, I know that my male strength is going to be my advantage to basically hurt you. And so there's still like statistics or stigma. I'm not sure what word I'm trying to find, but there's that kind of what that person was mentioning. There's that kind of what's the word, like uh caution, right? Caution whenever we do anything in sports or anything. Like, I definitely did not want to meet up with this person, definitely was not interested in fighting them just as a person. But something that did scare me is the person kept saying, like, I'm gonna find you one of these days, and when I do, it doesn't matter that I'm, that I was born male. I'm a female now, and this person was very strong. They exercised a lot. They had a lot of muscle mass. So for me, I know that the fear of being injured is like being that I was born a female. Um, I feel that it's much more likely for a female to get injured as opposed to a trans that was male to female. Now I know that people are gonna say, no, that's not right. That's not, but I mean, that's just how I view it. But again, oh my gosh, 24 comments. I've been talking so much. But I just think honestly that there really is a huge disadvantage. Is it unfair? 100% it's unfair. Is it something that we can overcome at some point in time? I really sure do hope we can, with all the advancements in society, or sorry, in science and medicine. I mean, the possibilities for the future, I'm pretty sure will be endless. But that's just something that in the back of my mind is always a concern. I don't know
Sure,
if you or
sure.
Andrea have any, like, any topic that you guys want to touch on, but that's kind of my ultimate fear, if it makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Um, and before I forget, somebody just had made a comment and said that I shouldn't have been wrestling a girl during that tournament. But it's important that you understand, you probably just joined us, and thank you for joining us, that when I was 13, 14 years old, I was wrestling as a boy in a boys tournament that a girl chose to participate in. And I didn't have a problem with that girl being there. I was just simply pointing out the fact that I felt uh, awkward wrestling her because I didn't feel like I could go all in. I didn't feel like I could wrestle to my potential, but nor did I need to. So that's all. I'm just saying that with her puberty at that time and my puberty at this time, there was definitely an advantage to me. But kudos to her for going out there and saying, "Hey, I can take this. I can wrestle with the men. I'm okay. Maybe you don't see me as a threat, but I'm strong and I'm powerful and whatever else, and I'm okay with that. And that is what it is." But listen, again, this is really about me saying I want this to be fair, and that Karen raises a good point that there could be a lot more injuries if we let people play that are not physically compatible. So that's a real issue too. But really, my belief is that at this point, because we don't have a better answer, you should only compete with people that experience the same puberty as you. That's my viewpoint, only because we can't normalize transgender if it comes with an advantage. And that would be the only advantage that transgender people get, would be out on the soccer field, if there really is an advantage, even though it's not very often. So, it's going to be really hard to normalize this if it comes with an advantage. So as of right now, I think we got to take care of the more important topics, which is going to be bathroom safety and those type of things, before we get into, the few people that are going to actually get out there and compete. That's kind of where I'm at.
This is a good, just
Okay.
Aluda nerd, ALUDA nerd says, I give hormones. I am trans ally, but male to female that did puberty can't fight my daughter who does MMA.
Male to female cannot fight my daughter. So saying that her daughter, who is trans, who is a female to male,
Male to female. So like you,
uh-huh,
they're saying I wouldn't want them to fight someone who,
yeah, and they say that they are a doctor that gives hormones. Is that what said? I give hormones.
And they're a trans ally. So
Thank you for being a trans ally, and thank you for being here, guys. I know it's a hot topic, and I know
she's 15.
this really. Hey, Bahusafu, you can come in live too. Sorry I didn't catch you in time, but come back, and I'll. So guys, come in live, and talk to me, and help me understand a better scenario.
They were down there.
They were.
Oh no, sorry.
No, that's okay. So if something pops up right here, then somebody is waiting who's requested. It's also a skill. Yeah, it has a lot to do with skills. I really want to word it respectfully. Yeah, please word respectfully. In fact, if you have 1,000 followers, come on live and let's talk about it. But we have the queue open and waiting for you.
We also also have someone.
I don't see anybody in the
Look
queue.
right here.
What does it say? Alyssa, can you?
Can I come in to speak about the bathroom?
Yes, let's talk about
You
bathrooms.
have to
That's
go
great.
in to
In here?
it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes,
And-
let's talk
and
about bathrooms.
she's the warrior queen.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that who
and
said that?
accept- Yes.
Perfect. Warrior Queen, you're coming in 3, 2, 1. You're here, and my phone is working. Hey there, I can hear you and everything. This is going to be such a better experience.
Yes, now about
Let's
the
speak
bathroom,
about
the issue, my
Yes.
wife had this yesterday when she went to the bathroom.
Thank you.
We were in Walmart again yesterday. There was this one Karen that was trying not to let her in the bathroom with me, and my wife almost knocked them out.
Wow. And Robin is so beautiful too. She's like zero threat, 100% beautiful. So what did the woman say to her?
They were basically trying to bash her, saying that she's not a woman, that she can't come in there with you, she's going to harm all the children. No, that is a cishet white man thing that will hurt a child before a trans woman will ever think about hurting a child.
Wow, that was yesterday, huh? What's
That was yesterday.
and
I
what-
forgot to tell you about
what state?
Man, look at these
it. We're
chips.
in BC, Canada.
BC, Canada. Wow.
I'm
Somebody. So
surprised.
what? How did your
She
spouse
is a
respond?
woman.
How did she respond?
She basically just walked off and just shoved that Karen out of the way. I'm thinking, honey, you just had surgery. Please don't let them hit you, because I will knock them out.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. You know, bathrooms have always been divided by social gender, right? Not genetic gender, not anything else, not genitalia, but by social gender.
Don't you ever, whoever you are that's in this live, they need to be booted out. KPT kill, you need to get out of here. Do not misgender my wife while I am sitting right here on this live.
Amen,
I
girl.
will call you out.
Amen.
I
Thank
will
you.
call you out and make you hurt.
There you go.
Yes.
See,
queen.
it's a sensitive topic because the reality is Robin wouldn't be safe using a lot of men's restrooms, and you can tell from
Yeah.
comments like this. Comments like this absolutely illustrate the fact that when they're in there, they just become targets. They go from a threat to they become a target. So it is much safer for Robin to use a restroom in a ladies' room that is already designed for the habits, for the routines that she has chosen, than to go into a male restroom and fight with those guys as to whether or not she has the right to dress herself in the morning. Who wants to have that conversation every time they use the bathroom? Who wants to have that conversation?
Exactly, because if she walked into the male restroom, she would be hurt so badly, her feet.
Right? That's good. I'm glad you shared that with us. Thank you for telling us. That was yesterday in Walmart. That's people are unbelievable. And you know what's crazy
Yeah,
about
I'm
this
sorry,
is
Allyssa, I forgot to tell you.
no, that's okay. What's crazy about this is almost every place, including Walmart, has a family bathroom. So if they're uncomfortable, then they should just go use that bathroom. It's there already. We don't need to create any new laws. There's already a code of conduct in place for misbehavior in the bathroom. And if somebody's uncomfortable with Robin or myself being in there, then all they need to do is use the private one that's right next to it. It's the most crazy thing.
Exactly.
Thank you,
and
Kevin.
Before I know, right? I just seen that comment too. I don't have my contacts in, so
Yeah,
I
that's
can't really
good.
see that well.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming back. This was a much better experience being able to put, your sound to your beautiful, face. So thank you for coming back and sharing that.
But yeah, I hope to see you in Houston though. Let's say when I'm down there.
Yes, we're considering being at the Pride event in Houston, the 26th, I believe it is. So thank you, Heather.
Yes, it is the 26th.
All right. Thanks for coming back. See ya.
We didn't forget you guys who are requesting to come in.
Okay, here we go. Bringing someone in. Accept.
Alrighty, so
Okay, who is this that I don't even know who I
get some
accepted.
shoes real quick.
Oh, I need to put on some glasses. Maybe before you go, maybe I can find my glasses so I can read these while you're gone. Oh, what happened? I accepted her and she's not there. What happened?
Maybe she's out.
Yeah, maybe so. Wow. Wow. Okay, so let me accept somebody else. What happened? They're not there anymore? I'm the worst host. This is like... We all come from family who is where we share a toilet. I hope my question was just missed. Oh, we don't. It wasn't offensive. Say it again, please. I'm watching right now. I couldn't see it a minute ago, but I'm watching now. What was your question? If you're ever in Florida, I have 5 bar. You will. Thank you. Nope, they shouldn't. They shouldn't what? Oh, they shouldn't compete in sports. Well, my answer is, and talk me out of this if you have a better answer. But my opinion is that I'm against advantages. I'm for participation. An advantage comes at puberty, so I believe that you should only compete with those who experience the same puberty as you. And in that case, I think it would be more fair, and then we can, stop talking about bathrooms and get on with our lives. I blocked him. Thank you, Tessa. So I have a blood family friend. He was one of the biggest boxing promoters in the world. I'd never. Uh, I don't know. Does anyone else want to come on? Come on, and let's talk about bathrooms. Let's talk about sports. Kevin, thank you for being here. Will open your eyes to this woke agenda. Hey, Jeremy, do you have 1,000 followers? Come on with me right now, and let's talk about this woke agenda.
Christine has 1,000
Hey
followers.
everyone, just really quickly, I just want to remind everyone who comes on live, we understand that you guys are very passionate. We understand that you guys have very raw feelings and emotions, but please remember that don't let the haters get to you. Keep your composure, relax, breathe, just take a moment. We will make sure, all the mods will make sure that they remove, any unnecessary filth, but just, don't let them ruin your peace. Okay, don't threaten anyone on a live because it can come back, and TikTok can ban Allyssa. So just remember, keep your composure, just stay calm, and if you need to step away from the live, we would greatly appreciate that, and we would respect, you having to step away. So go
Awesome.
ahead,
Thank you.
Christine.
Thank you, Karen. Hi, Christine. Thank you so much for joining.
Hello.
Thank you.
I don't see my face moving.
I know.
How do-
I want to. Maybe it's something in your video
Okay,
settings.
well, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can. And your little face is beautiful.
Thank you. Well, I don't know how to make it so you can see me. Let me touch something else here. Christine, recharge. Well, I didn't want to have a long conversation, so as long as you can hear me.
Yes.
But I just wanted to add that I live in Canada as well. And please correct me or educate me if I use any incorrect terminologies. I am a cis woman ally, and I am proud to speak up and support people whenever I can, and not just stand by silently. But I'm
Thank
cautious
you.
as well because I don't live the life sometimes of somebody who I want to stand up and support. But I wanted to share some exciting news that I saw on the actual news in my city in Canada. The city I live in is where the National Human Rights Museum is, and they recently opened the bathrooms up to be gender inclusive. So previously there was the male washroom that had a bunch of stalls and urinals, the female washroom, which had a bunch of stalls and urinals, as well as 1 or 2 private single room family use washrooms. But they believe that rather than having only those 2 gender inclusive private room washrooms, that humans should be able to use the bathroom. So they opened up both of all the bathrooms now are just for people. So
Wow.
they have taken away the men and the women. So like you had said for the other person that was at Walmart, if an individual is uncomfortable being in the large washroom and perhaps having a wall separate them from somebody else who may be having different genitalia than they do, then that person can choose to go into the private stall bathroom rather than the other way around and making a person who is perhaps trans or LGBTQ feeling like they have to go into the private room washroom. Now it's hopefully going to reverse that. But that brings me to think out loud, I wonder about the change rooms though for athletes because we're talking about sort of competing as well. And I wonder how we can make washrooms safe for athletic competitors because that's not just going in to use the washroom for biological needs while you're at a museum, but going in to shower and change and mentally and physically prepare for competition. That, you know, that's a slower change to build appropriate rooms and facilities. But
Sure,
safety is so important, and I just love to
sure.
hear you say more about that.
Christine, let me ask you, thank you for saying all this and bringing this up. Man, my lashes are so long, they're hitting my glasses. That's a good lash. When your glasses have to be on the end of your nose, that,
Yes.
that's a good lash. Let me ask you, so since they combined all the bathrooms, so all the bathrooms now are both have urinals and stalls, have there been any misdeeds? Have there been any, oh no, now there's, you know, deviance, sexual deviance going on in the bathroom all the time? Has there been any of that in those places that now have kind of unisex bathrooms?
Well, okay, two things. Keep in mind this is Canada, and Canada has a whole bunch of its own issues as well. But there's a little bit more of a level of safety feeling in a lot of public spaces in general for folks of all abilities or backgrounds. So I think our safety concern is a little less hesitant. Plus, the building just happened to be built and set up with the security counter and the concession counter and the gift shop all right by the entrances to all of the washrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a security guard that's outside of the washrooms. So this has only been a couple of weeks. I don't know how it would go if a person was going in to use, say, a urinal, and somebody else was surprised that there was a urinal in there because they grew up using only bathrooms that had no urinal.
Mm-hmm.
So there hasn't been any concerns or complaints
So
that have come from media here yet.
yeah, so there hasn't been some that. This is my point too, which is why I think it's so interesting. You know, up in Seattle, I went into all these bathrooms that were just unisex bathrooms and had stalls down one side, urinals up the other. You used what was, you know, could be whatever, and there was no issue. So I don't understand this bathroom fear. It was a fear before we understood what the outcome would be or what might happen. But now there's so many bathrooms that are that way without incidents, without problems, that I just don't understand why it's even a fear still. It's like people are searching for something to not you know like. I don't know. I don't understand.
Did you ever watch a TV show a couple, well, I guess I'm dating myself now, but Ally McBeal?
Yeah, Ally McBeal. Yeah, I love. That's one of the reasons why I loved Ally. When I was gonna pick my own name, Ally was one of the top three because of Ally McBeal. So when Andrew said Allyssa, I'm like, yay.
Do you remember the washroom that they had at the law firm?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was the washroom. Like, I just wish that things could evolve a little bit faster.
Yeah.
That we're needing to have this conversation now, where a couple of decades ago on a well-known TV show, there was a gender-inclusive washroom that worked out quite well at a law firm. just let's. Oh, I'm just so glad that you are going live because I think this. I love TikTok and I love watching all kinds of people's videos, but the live opportunity gives people the chance to interact,
Yes, absolutely. And
evolve, and really listen.
yes, thank you, Christine. Thank you for being on. Thank you for joining us. I hope we do this again sometime. I love to go to Canada and
Thank
meet you. But that's great. But
Yeah.
just you had some really, really great points. And the reality is, you know, with regards to sports and bathrooms, look, we know that everybody has to use the bathroom. We don't know that everybody has to compete in sports. So let's deal with the important stuff first. Do trans girls have an advantage? I don't know. I don't know and I can't prove it, but we don't have time to run a study for 15 years. People need to use the bathroom in the next 15 minutes. So we have to at least all agree that there's enough evidence out there now to support the deviance isn't happening in the bathroom. Bathroom stuff is happening in the bathroom.
Well, let's just take a vote right now for the 125 people that are in your live, and then we'll put out a decree to all of the worlds. And let people know what is right, what is best. I wish we could solve the world's problems on TikTok.
Right. Well, we're gathering some good people, and we're gonna keep brainstorming till we find the answers because there's too many important people that need to live their lives, and they deserve to do it in a way that honors them and the entire community. So thank you, Christine, for being here. You're the best.
Yes, thank you. Well, and not just people, I just wanted to say too, I'm in my late 40s and I come at this having a teenage child. And I think of all of the kids going through their young lives today. And as a parent, I just want my child to be, accepted and safe, no matter who they are. And that's why these conversations, I just love it. It's for the people living it now at any age, but also our kids. So thank you.
Yeah,
tonight.
no, that's a great point. Christine, thank you for being here. Bahusafu. Hello, Bahusafu.
Just a quick reminder that they usually wrap around 8 o'clock, so they'll probably only be able to get to one or two more guests. So please don't, feel bad or feel like that Alyssa's not trying to spend any, time with you. If she doesn't get to do it tonight, maybe she'll get to do it another night. So just, we thank you for your patience.
Yeah, thank you, Karen, for saying that. Bahusafu, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing amazing.
So I just have like 3 points just that I've heard, listen to people talk and make their points. So first off, I don't feel like we should be looking at anyone in the bathroom. I don't care which bathroom you're in. I don't go into the bathroom to look at people or check what they have in their pants or don't have in their pants. So I'm more concerned with people doing weird things in the bathroom, no matter which bathroom that's in. It doesn't matter if you're transgender or straight. You shouldn't do weird things in a bathroom, right? My second thing is that I do think people are overlooking. No matter how you feel about transgenders in sports, there is proof of a male advantage over females, and that's evident if you go look at any of the separated records from men's sports versus female sports. The men's records are much higher if it's like weight or something like that, and they're much lower if it's a speed competition. There is a gap there, and on average, there's always outliers. Of course, there's going to be Superwoman, and there's going to be a guy that's not nearly as fast as average guys, and so those will be closer together, or maybe the female will exceed the guy. But that can't be ignored, right? That's data that's been gathered for years and years and years, and just to ignore that, I think is foolish when you're trying to make arguments against people that are making their whole basis on that. So instead of just dismissing that, I feel like we should look at those things and try to figure out how to rationalize that data in a way that supports our argument.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this really quick. So on that, how do you feel about the trans men playing with cisgender men? Do you feel that there's the same advantage, and can you allow one to compete and not allow the other one to compete?
I feel like there's an advantage to the men that were already playing before the transgender man came to the playing field. So if the transgender man competes and does very well, that's a lot of work that person has put in, and we should acknowledge that, certainly. And I feel like they should be able to compete at that point. That's their choice. You're at the disadvantage. Do you still want to compete? The other way, people don't have a choice. So that's the only avenue that women have to compete is women's sports. So you're not giving them a choice to compete against somebody with an advantage at that point. You're forcing it on, which is where that's my disagreement. And my third point is that kind of goes along with that is if you take traditional sports away, look at something like fight sports, right? So let's talk about UFC. I'm never going to be okay, no matter how hard I train my daughter or how beastly my daughter becomes in MMA. I'm never going to be okay with a transgender woman fighting my daughter. I do not want that at all, period. I'm not okay with that at all. If that situation ever happened, I would totally withdraw my daughter from that match. So just based on that, and if you can relate to that at all, and you've been in the other park where you're absolutely in support of transgender women and female sports, if you think about it in that avenue and you say, okay, wait a minute, there's something there that we shouldn't ignore. And I'm not saying I'm right. I could be totally wrong. But there is something there that makes a lot of people pause when you look at it in that light. And I don't think we should ignore that. I think we should explore what that is. Why do we pause?
So there's a lot of there's a lot of people that are disagreeing with you, trans people that are disagreeing, and there's trans people that are agreeing with you. So it's definitely a very divided issue. The question is, should the sports issue be holding up the bathroom issue? Because not everyone needs to compete in sports, but everyone needs to use the bathroom. Do you feel like those are the same issue or different issues?
I do feel like they're different issues. And the other day you talked about how there shouldn't be transgender laws because they place you in a special category and make you easier to take rights away from, right?
Right.
So on that note, no, I don't feel like there should be a special law about transgenders in bathrooms. I feel like there should be laws against people being weirdos in bathrooms.
Well, which there is. There's already a there's a code of conduct in place.
When a gay man stands at a urinal next to me, I'm not asked. I don't look at the guy next to me. Hey, are you a straight guy, or are you checking me out? I use the bathroom and I go. I'm not concerned about anyone else in the bathroom. I don't understand the fixation on being concerned about other people in the bathroom.
Well, let me.
Unless they're coming on to you or doing something weird that you see.
Well, let me ask you this. So you're not trans, and I don't know if you're gay or not, but do you feel like if I went into the men's restroom, dressed like this all of the time, looking like this, do you think that there's a propensity for danger to me, or do you think that I would probably be just okay?
I feel like you would be safer going in the female bathroom than coming into the male bathroom. You'd be safe if you went in and I was in there, but I know a lot of people that you wouldn't be safe in there with.
Yeah, yeah, that's the problem. You know, I want to make people comfortable, and I use the family bathroom when it's appropriate and available. But at the same time, I don't want to put myself in jeopardy or in danger either because I don't know those people or what their experience is or what their abuse has been, and I do become an easy target.
I feel like you should use the bathroom that whatever you're presenting us, and it shouldn't be a thing. We shouldn't make a spectacle of it. No one else makes a production of using the bathroom. That'd be pretty weird, right? I don't know why this is a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the sports things, it's pretty tough. And again, I'm for inclusion. I'm just against an advantage, and it's not again an advantage against trans. It's an advantage against anybody. And if we can figure out or prove that there's not an advantage going through a male puberty, then I would get on board with that too. I just don't know right now, and I think that a lot of people other don't know. And since there's so much suspicion around it, I feel like that sports issue is holding back the bathrooms and people living their everyday life that they have to live. Is how I so what the right answer is for sports, I don't really know what that is, but I know that people are not going to accept me as okay if they have to accept that I come with an advantage. I know that much.
You got someone in your queue that's been waiting for 10 minutes.
Okay,
so
let's
I'm gonna hop off, but thanks for taking my
okay, we're gonna talk to this last person and then we're going to oh, I don't know who that is.
I'm having a hard time with the adding Warrior Queen back on, but I'm in the process.
Oh, we're adding back in Warrior Queen and then we can come back in. What is this?
Hey everyone, if Alyssa or Andrea are not too familiar with you or your message, they might not bring you onto the live. It's not that, that they don't want to. They just want to make sure that they protect their audience above anything else. So if you haven't been approved, just know that it's just about safety all around and making sure that everybody feels comfortable, okay? She has an audience that she needs to look after.
Joe, thank you. Karen, thank you for saying that. Yes. We're trying to get Warrior Queen back in, and we'll go live for 1 second, then we're going to end for the night. But it's been such a good thing to be able to hear the other sides. Those are some great comments that everybody is making, and they're really good talking points. I don't pretend for a second that I have the answers or that I'm right. I just have the best answers that I can come up with that make it so people don't have to compromise anything. They don't have to give anything up in order for me to live my best life and be my best self. So I love it. We're gonna find the right answers so that everybody feels validated and feels valued and gets to prove how good they are, whether it be in athletics or whatever else. I just don't know that it's gonna be right now. We probably should organize some trans leagues or something while we work this deal out so that the rest of us can just use the bathroom and live our lives. Thank you for those roses. Yes, thank you. Lance, thank you, and thank you for being here. Color of the World, thank you. Leon, appreciate those roses so much. Boozafu, you're the best. Sunflower, whoa, a crave from Jay. Jay, that was a lot of fun talking to you. I hope we do that again. Played like football,
If we,
like real football.
So fun.
Hey, did we get, wow, Elliot, thank you
Oh
for
my
the
God.
universe.
There was
That is amazing. Elliot's rich.
if we can't fix Warrior Queen right now, did you want to just try to fix it after the live?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Whoa, look at
Yeah.
where
that.
she's at.
I'll let her know. Thank you, hun.
Yes.
You're welcome. I
Hey.
don't see her in the blocked accounts. I
Alley
don't
Cat.
see her.
Hmm.
So
Thank
she
you.
should be good.
Hmm.
The only other way that she wouldn't be able to come on is if TikTok blocked her. If somebody reported her, if they felt that she was a threat, then TikTok has the authority to block anyone that they want to. And even if we unblock them, we can't give them their privileges back. They have to wait for TikTok.
So we didn't block them. TikTok blocked them, is what you're saying?
They might have.
More
Yeah.
than likely, if
Hmm.
someone reported them,
Oh.
if they felt that she threatened someone,
Oh,
that
great.
is a very real possibility. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How do I straighten my hair? Just a straightener. This is real human hair.
Thank you, Tiffany.
It's a wig, and I just use a regular straightener, but I used all the Olo products first. So the Olo products are amazing. Even on my Kevin hair, my hair feels so healthy and my scalp so nice. Olaplex is for real, for sure.
Yes, I touched
Cal,
their
this,
hair,
I think this,
and it's so soft.
it's so amazing.
It's crazy.
Cal, I think this dress came from, I think it came from is it a
TJ
Michael Kors?
Maxx.
Oh, TJ Maxx. But isn't it so fun? I feel like it's not at a good angle right there, but look how fun it is. I'm loving this dress.
Yay.
That's
Wow.
good. Well, guys, thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you for being. Wait. There's one more
Thanks,
person. Let's see who's there.
everyone.
Let me just see who this is really quick. Tiffany. Let's accept Tiffany really quick. Tiffany looks very young.
I could swear on Olaplex. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, look
Thank
like
you for saying I'm young, but I'm 33, so.
you are young.
Oh, you are young.
Oh my gosh. Tiffany, how are you? Thank you for coming on.
I'm good. I actually have been waiting to get on your live for a while. I wasn't at 1,000 yet, so.
Wow.
Where I was at 1,000.
Yay. Thank you. Elliot, thank you for the universe. So, Tiff, how are you?
I'm doing good. I don't have much to say about the trans sports or the bathroom situation because I am not trans and I will
Okay.
not go there because I don't feel like that's my place, to have a say about it. Now, I will say a lot because I see a lot from both sides. I'm very much an outsider when it comes to looking into the different discussions, if that makes sense. On the other sides, I can kind of see where they're coming from. I do see there has to be some sort of medium when it comes to the bathroom situation because I do see how it could allow like predators or, people to just say, hey, I'm a girl, I'm going into this girl's bathroom where all these little girls are. So I can see that aspect of it, but I can also see where like it shouldn't mess with the whole community. The whole community shouldn't be affected by the few bad apples out there.
So, Tiffany, let me ask you, would you be offended or nervous if you ran into me in the bathroom? If you and I were at the fair?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm talking like more of like a guy just going in there and putting a wig on and saying I'm a girl. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, for you personally, absolutely not. I would not be upset, offended at all. I have 4 boys and 1 little girl. Okay. Now my little girl, she has cerebral palsy and other stuff, so she probably would never be in that situation. However, like I can see it from that kind of perspective
Sure.
that you're gonna have men that are just going to want to do it just so they can get into that female's bathroom, and I feel like it works the same. It works both ways. I mean, there's females that are predators as well.
Sure.
It's not just one sided. So I think that's where they come from when they get all upset and, but there is such a small, I think there's such a small amount of people that would actually go and do that.
Right. That's
And it's
really.
messing up a whole community, like a whole, go ahead.
So Tiff, let me ask you, because the truth is, those creeps that are going to go buy the dress and go in the women's dress, they can do that anyway, regardless of trans or not trans, or the. So it's not going to stop the deviant person from doing deviant things, right? Guns don't stop criminals; they just do things. So let me ask you this: you said that you would be comfortable running into me in the bathroom. Do you feel like if I dress like this, if I went into the men's bathroom every time I need to use the bathroom looking like this? Do you feel like I would be safe all the time?
Absolutely. I mean, you would,
Maybe you can just.
Sorry. We got
Sorry.
a phone call.
Yeah, whatever you just said, I didn't hear because I had a phone call coming in. Ellie Cat,
I'll
thank
go-
you.
I'll get
So
that.
you said that you think
I
that
can't hear you.
you said that you think that there would be an issue at some point.
Yeah, I see men. Yeah, there would be an issue if you went into a man's bathroom dressed like a female. I could see there being an issue. Absolutely.
Susan, thank you.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there would be too. I think there would be too. So then now we're weighing out. Okay, we got the one creep that may try to get in the women's bathroom somewhere. May and we know that that's a possibility. What are we going to give that percentage? Is it a 1%? Is it a 2%? But what is the possibility that something terrible is gonna happen to me at some point? Is it 50%? Is it 75? Is it 100% at some point that I'm gonna have to, fight off or whatever in the bathroom? So I mean, how does that scale balance? It's really difficult to figure out what's the right call.
No, and I completely agree with you on that. And that's why I say, like, me personally, I don't really have a view or opinion on it. I was just giving you from another perspective that I do see when I look when I look at both sides and see what they have to say about it. Like, that is the big problem that the other side has with a trans female going into a girl's bathroom. Now, me personally, my oldest is 11. Trying to take 5 kids out somewhere is like difficult. So we hardly ever go out anywhere where they have to go to the bathroom. But when my 11-year-old was younger, he would go into the female's bathroom with me. I would take him in there. I don't even trust my 11-year-old in a man's bathroom.
Right, and the reality is, there are private bathrooms available, if you were uncomfortable. Let's say that you and I ran into each other, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, that is clearly not a cisgender girl." There's always another bathroom, a handicap bathroom, or a special needs, or a family bathroom available, for you to use in that case. So.
See, but I wouldn't say, first of all, I'll be honest with you. I don't look at who's going into the bathroom with me. Personally, I just go in there and go to the bathroom. And if people are really that worried, then they probably shouldn't be going to a public bathroom in general.
Right, that's a good
But-
point.
Yeah, so I don't even really care. But, like, a special needs bathroom needs to be specifically for somebody with special needs, A family bathroom it's supposed to be for, like, a whole family, like me and my 5 children going into the bathroom to,
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to be there for. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have any issues where anyone goes pee at, just as long as everyone's keeping an eye on their children and, we call it a day. Like, that's, at the end of the day, I don't really care where you go pee at.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Well, listen, thank you so much, Tiffany, for joining us and sharing your
Thank
thoughts.
you.
Thank you for waiting so long. We had
Yes.
so many problems, so thanks for hanging in there with us. I hope you stick around and we talk
Thank
again.
you.
Oh,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, yeah.
Wow. So much.
So much. Well, gosh. Well, guys, thank you. Thank you for waiting. Let me just see if Ellie Cat, hang on. Let's just talk real quick here. What happened? Alley Cat, are you there?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good. Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry it took so long. It's been crazy.
It actually took so quick. I'm not even worried about it. You're totally fine.
Oh, good, good.
So one thing I kind of wanted to piggyback on, and you have very valid points, 100%. But I also I grew up with a very old school, strict family, and walking into a men's bathroom was so normal when I was little. Like if the women's bathroom was full, I'd walk into the men's bathroom. My mom would wait for me right outside the other room, just to walk in there. If it was like a single stall, and I would just use it and come back out. I also feel like you as being trans have more of a percentage of something happening to you than something happening to a child if a predator walked in. It doesn't happen as frequently versus the hate and all the things that people do to the trans community. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be 100% because of the type of family that I grew up in. I used to be so against all of this stuff. I was like, no way, this is not okay. But I realized I was so brainwashed by my stepmom and I was so sheltered and she was just not the greatest person and raised us the wrong way. But now I have such an open mind. My son's like, Mom, I want to paint my nails pink, and I totally let him. I'm like, absolutely. The next morning he's like, Mommy, I want to do blue. That's totally fine. I'm so so different than how it used to be. And I just feel that it really shouldn't freaking matter what you identify as. You are who you are and how you feel. And it's nobody's effing business, honestly. It's nobody. You're an amazing person. Whether you want to be Alyssa today or Kevin tomorrow, that is your decision. And you're loved and your wife loves you and your wife's an amazing person. And
Thank
I
you.
just feel if I could have the balls to do that, I totally would. Because if my dad always used to tell me I wish you were a boy because I always grew up fixing cars with him and doing boy stuff. And on certain days, I totally wanted to be a boy. I shaved my hair. I went through my stage, everything. And I'm just it takes big cojones to go out there and do what you're. And I support it 100%. And I'm
Oh,
just be that way. And now I absolutely love it. And I love women. I love men. I like everything.
Yay. So fun.
yeah, yeah. Allie, well, that's so great. Those comments are so good. Let me tell you, when you tell your children that, yes, if you want to paint your nails, go ahead. You know, what the message that that sends to them is, wow, I'm safe with mom. Mom is okay. You know, she believes in me. She trusts me. And that's what a powerful message to send to that child as opposed to, what's wrong with you? I don't know. There's something wrong with me. And the child goes away trying to figure out what's wrong with them, why they're broken. You know, that's how you get terrible confidence and bad grades and all those other things. So good for you for leaving your kids in a position of, you know, this is your life. Let's create it. Let's do something amazing. Let's just be our best selves. So
Absolutely. And I just I grew up where I used to get in trouble all the time, and I was the littlest, and my stepmom would take away everything. She would defeminize me. I wasn't allowed to shave. I only had 8 pairs of clothes for every day of the week, and they didn't even match. I wasn't allowed to do anything. And I'm just you know what? Thank you for telling me how not to raise my child and how not to be that ugly person. And I really said this to her because she needed to know. And I'm she took my makeup away, cut my cord to my straightener. I was outcast. She literally told me I was no longer allowed to call her mom because she just didn't like me. It was a competition between me and my dad. And I will never have my son go through that. I'm pregnant right now with my second one, and I'm so happy because I just want them to grow up in a home filled with love. And my ex-husband isn't the greatest, and he wouldn't change my son's diapers because he was like, well, no, that's kind of gay. And I'm just like, no, it's not. That's your son. You're the one sexualizing that situation. Don't do that.
yeah,
And so when my son was like, Mommy, I want my nails pink, I was like, absolutely. And I freshened them right before he went to his dad's house. I'm like, you're going to look great. There's nothing that I would ever say no to my child. So I'm just like, no, he gets to do whatever he feels like he wants to express at that moment.
Yeah.
So,
wow,
How
wow.
old? How old
How
are
lucky?
they?
How lucky is that? Are those
so
children?
my son is actually only 3, but he
Oh.
is intellectually about a 4 or 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Sounds like
That's
you're
so
such
good.
a smart
Well, he's gonna be
little-
healthy like a 20-year-old. So great
Yes.
job, Mom. That's good. And thank you for being an ally and thank you for being your support. You've been very generous with
Yes,
coins and
thank
gifts
you.
and it's so meaningful. So thank you for being here and I hope you stick around, for all of our
Thank
lives. We're
you.
lucky to have you.
You guys are great to watch. I love waiting for you to guys come on live. And I just started
Oh,
following you. I gotta look for them. So,
Thank
but
I love that.
you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
so
for your comments.
sweet.
You're the best.
So
Now,
bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey, let me just see if yeah, Warrior Queen, here we go. Yay. Oh, that was Elliot. Hang on. Hey, Elliot, how are you?
How are you?
Good, good, good. Thank you for being so generous.
Hey, Alyssa, I can't get into your chat at all.
Yeah,
I'll let you be with the guest, but I gotta tell you one thing.
of course. Go ahead. Yes, yes, and thank you for being so generous.
Thank you for doing what you're doing. You're the middle ground. I'm the most skeptical motherfucker there is. Sorry,
Uh,
I am buzzed.
Okay, well, don't swear. We got littles on the program.
Sorry. I love you very much. I want to hear what the guests have to say. You have all my love. Bye.
Elliot, you
Thank
have all my
you.
love. Thank you. Thank you for being so generous and kind. Please stay with us.
I love you and your beautiful wife, by the way.
She's
Bye.
gorgeous,
Thank
right?
you.
She's gorgeous.
She's very gorgeous.
Thank you,
I am
Elliot.
in love with you, wife. But by the way, Alyssa, I love you too. Bye.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Heather, for waiting. Yeah, so what happened, I believe what happened is, when you threatened that person, somebody reported you and it TikTok blocked you or something.
No, I actually checked that. The only thing that I blocked recently was someone calling my wife a Trany on her account, and that's the only thing that got blocked.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. Is that person still here?
And then I went on a. Oh, they probably still are. So just give me a minute. They'll probably pop back up when they see me.
All right, so go to your happy place. Do this. Boom. Go to your happy place,
I
girl.
defended. I'm fine. I defended you and my wife at the same time because that one person before I got muted misgendered the both of you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for defending us. Thank you. And I'm sorry that you got muted or kicked off. We definitely don't want that. So, thank you for coming back.
Because I went on a friend's live and I'm not blocked by TikTok, so someone muted me on the live here.
Well, thank you for coming back. We do have some amazing moderators. I don't know all of them because so many people have said, "Hey, look, I can help you," when there's a lot of hate coming in, and so it's less risky to let them come in and help me than it is to let all the garbage fill up our pool. So, but I'll make sure I do a better job of helping everyone understand the environment and how I want that environment protected. Because I definitely want people to disagree with me, and I know you don't disagree, although you have your own, points of view on different things. So you would never get muted because you disagree with me at all. I love hearing your views.
No, Sunsky, they muted me for the entire live, so I don't know who it was. This
Okay.
is the only way that I can comment on anything because I can't get in.
No, that's okay. Do you have any last comments before we close up for the night?
I did, but the comment's already gone. I don't remember what it was now.
Oh, that's me. That's my life, girl. That's my life. I'm like, I'm gonna respond. It's gone. Yes, welcome to my life. And you're a kid.
I was trying to let Andrea know that I was in your box, and I was like, okay, let me go back out, come back in again.
Thank
Hey, so-
you for being so patient.
Yes, thank you. Anything before we end the live?
Just basically be yourselves, and if you don't, the world will accept you eventually. If not,
Yeah.
oh well.
There you go. There you go. You guys keep recovering, and I'll see you on Discord.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks again for the
Give
videos.
your wife a love.
All right, I'll see you on Discord, Alyssa.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I will. I'll kiss her when I go back in bed. She's
Mm.
asleep.
Okay.
Good.
Your bird love. Thank you.
You.
I'll see y'all on
See you.
Discord.
See you
Thanks,
later.
Heather.
Bye, Alyssa.
And I'm sorry we
Okay.
can only have so many mods, or else I would add some more mods tonight. So thank you for everyone who's willing to
Yes, thank
help
you.
out in the lives.
Absolutely, and I know that a lot of you just got here since we've been talking. We got caught up in bathrooms a little bit, but the question was, and I was inviting people to come on, and we'll do it again maybe next time. Should trans girls compete in sports? And I was trying to get some different perspective from my perspective, which is I don't believe in an advantage, but I do believe in participation. Meaning, I don't think that people who experienced a male puberty should play with people who did not experience a male puberty. I think that's where the advantage comes in. So if you got on the hormone blockers and hormones earlier than puberty, it just seems to me that there would be a more fair competition, throughout that. I know that's not a good answer. I know it may not be the right answer, but it's an answer where nobody feels like they have to give anything up to accept a trans person. And so that's the best that I've come up with, but I would definitely welcome everybody else's opinion as to what you feel is safe and fair so that we can normalize people waking up in the morning, dressing to their strengths, and going and winning their day. That's really all we're after.
Someone said that they should go unisex. If they want to play together, let them play together.
Yeah,
Have a unisex
100%. There's so many.
competition.
There's so many co-ed leagues out there. There's so many, and there's probably trans leagues out there. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not trying to hold anybody back. But if just a few athletes hold back the entire community from having access to bathrooms because everyone's afraid of what they have to give up to accept us, it's not a good trade for us. It's just not. If we're gonna normalize people being able to just dress themselves, then it can't come with an advantage. So until we find an option that really feels fair for everybody, I think we should, keep the issues separate. All right. It's a tough question, and I don't know.
It's like no good answer,
But
but
yeah, there's not. Okay, so let's do this next time, and we'll talk about sports. We'll talk about bathrooms. Whatever other hot topics. It's okay if you disagree with me. If you disagree with me, I prefer that you get on and talk to me so that we can have a discussion and share different ideas or new ideas. I don't have the answers, but I'm going to have the experience. So I also want the most options that come with this experience. And I'm not going to ask you to accept something that comes with an advantage. I don't need an advantage to win this life, this world. My discipline, my thinking, my attitude, my belief system is my advantage. What I just need is an opportunity. So, that's where we're at.
before we go, someone has asked you if you have ever had your DNA checked.
No,
like your blood and all that stuff.
I have not had a karyotype test. I kind of want one. I wanted one for a while. It's become a lot less important because the reason that I wanted one was to go for proof. That's back when I needed proof that, look, I am different. Look, now I don't need that proof anymore. I don't need it. But for a long time, I really thought if I get a karyotype test, then this is going to prove a lot of things to people. And now I realize that I don't need to prove anything to anybody. And it doesn't matter what that test comes back. I'm still going to live my best life no matter what. So I haven't, but if the opportunity came, I would do it. Okay, I have a real question. Toughest.
Toughest and
Yes,
MF.
yes, toughest MF. Yeah, let's hear your question. I want it. I feel like it's gonna be a good one. This is disorder promoted, celebrated instead of treated. Well, what does treated look like? So if this is disorder treated, what does celebrated look like versus what does treated look like? So it's a weird comment, but come back and clarify. So what I'm asking you is, how do you mean? Guys, if you say confusing and weird things, just please at least be able to explain it because I really do want to talk about it. How is it fair for a man and woman to compete? The natural physical form is unmatched. Well, I don't know if it is fair. I don't know if it is fair, which is why my opinion is that you should only compete with people that experience the same puberty as you, is my personal take, because I don't know what is fair yet. But I do know that what is fair is that I get to use the bathroom wherever I am in a place that's safe for me. I know that that's fair.
Oh, I work with DNA. What proof are you looking for? If you are still looking, I guess.
Oh, look at that! I just a karyotype test. A karyotype would be amazing. I think, and that what that does is that tells you if you're an X, an XX, an XY, an XXY. So all of the different chromosomal combinations that there are now. See, the reality is so many people don't even realize that there are genetic women running around with an XY chromosome combination.
love to
There's
see her
genetic
semen.
men running around with XX chromosome combinations, and people don't realize that. That's why they're going, the bathroom's for males. Okay, well, what is male? Because this person has an XX marker, but they have testicles. You know, there's so many combinations now, and I'm not getting into why. I don't know if it's the food, the hormones, I don't know. Who knows why it's happening? But we're there, and now we just have the science to prove that we're there, and we got to figure out how to negotiate that or navigate that in a way that's healthy for everybody. But right now, it feels like we're being led by fear. Oh my goodness! If that person enters this restroom, some child's getting hurt. That's just it's. We can't think like that anymore. That doesn't make sense. There's no evidence to support that. Creepy people are going to do creepy things regardless of trans laws. And there's nothing inherently deviant about the transgender people to think if we just let people go into the bathrooms of the social gender they're representing, that there's going to be any more deviance than is already there. Males are dangerous. They would be for me in the bathroom, for sure. They're also protective and strong and powerful and all those other things. But it would be scary for me to go into a boy's bathroom sometimes. All right. Well, guys, thank you. It's been so much fun. I know. Look, we got 320. Does anybody have any? People are messed up nowadays, so I wouldn't assume should be unisex. Yes, I agree. That would be easy. Be very well for me, Joy. You'll be more accepted if they didn't compete with real women. Well, that's my point. That is my point too. My point is that issue, it is keeping us from getting accepted, and we're never going to normalize people just picking out their own clothes if everybody else is suspicious that they have to give up something like their child's confidence on the soccer field. I wouldn't want to give that up either. I'm honestly interested in perplexed at the same time. I wish I could see that. I think it depends on how much estrogen or testosterone they have taken beforehand. Or that may be true. I've been on hormones for 7 years. And I'm still pretty strong. My back, you can't really see it, I guess. I'm gonna turn off the projector because this is not even useful anymore. All it is blinding. I was blind almost before, and now I'm really blind to both eyes. So I've been on estrogen for 7 years, 7 years. But you can probably see that my back is still very, very strong, right? I don't go to the gym. I don't do any of that stuff, but I just still had a really strong structure to work with.
She's
And
got to
so-
be strong to pick me up.
So it's just, it's just the deal. Now, is there an advantage all the time? No, there's not. I don't think that there would always be an advantage, even if we let the trans girls play with the cisgender girls. But I think that there could be an advantage sometimes. And at the even potential of an advantage, it wouldn't make sense to push that through. So it's just too unrelated to gender identity. That's physical ability, and I don't need to defend anybody else's physical ability. I just want to use the bathroom.
Yes.
That's good. Well, should we wrap this up? Brittany,
you,
hello. Thanks for being
everyone.
here. Thank you for joining. I wish you were here 2.5 hours ago, but thanks for coming out. Come back on. Oh my goodness. You know what, guys? I won't be doing a live on Monday. Maybe we can do a live on Sunday or something. I'm traveling next week, and I don't know.
I could go on and talk to you on the phone if you wanted to.
Yeah, maybe. Big travel week next week, so we may not be doing a live at all next week. Maybe we can do it on Sunday or
Thank
something,
you,
or on a
everyone.
different day. But we can do this again because I do love these conversations and your thoughts, your views. I love it when you have a different take than I do because I'm only looking for the best option, not my option.
Yes.
So, talk to us about your corporate career.
Yeah.
Real quickly, my corporate career was in sales and specifically sales management. I was in middle management for the last 20 years, and I stepped down about 5 months ago to pursue this, to create Allyssa and figure out what this dynamic looked like for the rest of my life, and to also create an educational program that would help people understand gender identity, so I can, help provide a framework for a more comfortable experience. That's where my time goes right now. So that's just kind of where it goes. But to answer your question, I've been in sales, specifically sales management, the last 20 years.
My
Sad
phone is
for
so
your wife. Well, that's an interesting emotion to have for somebody that you don't know. Are you sad for a lot of people or just my wife? Weird.
so funny.
All right, well, let's shut her down. Guys, thank you for being here. Moderators, thank you. I'm sorry that it was such a long live, but it was a great live. We had a lot of great people come on. We had so many technical issues, but still such a great audience. So thank you. We'll see you maybe next week. I don't know, but look for us on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'd love to finish this. Guys, follow us, please. Also follow Andrea on her TikTok account. I'm trying to get her 1,000 views so that while I'm gone, we can still stream together.
I just need 1,000 followers.
I'm sorry, 1,000 followers. I'm sorry.
Or 1,000 views.
Yes,
I
1,000
don't know
followers. But her would you type in your
Yes.
username or whatever? It's Drea_Conn, DREA_CONN. That is her. So please follow her so that we can stream together while I'm away. Guys, thank you. Thank you for being here, and we will meet again soon. Great comments.
Wait 1 second.
Okay,
they
wait
can
1
see
second. Yes, I'm
my
waiting 1
comment
second.
For my username.
Okay.
No